Okay, welcome back to the Mythic Odyssey of Theros. We are missing Bennett, but as you can see, it's a bit monochrome at the moment. But we still have everybody else, so what do you remember from the previous session? That's the important question.
We had a chat with a creepy cat. Well, two of us had a chat with a creepy cat. Everyone else is too scared of the damn thing.
I have become master of the red caps. They follow me as their god now.
That's found out Granny has sisters.
Did you get told some new stories from a creepy cat that was sitting on a rock? Well, yes, Sogeg and Zolk went and discovered what red caps were, while Sogeg became, let's say, king of the red caps. What did you do after that?
Murdered a cat.
You didn't. You left the cat alone.
Yeah.
Well,
well, before that, you scared the
that
ever-loving shit out of a merchant.
Sogeg did Sogeg things.
Sogeg did Sogeg things.
listen,
But from that, you managed to find a small glass representation of what looks like a fairy or a pixie that has a sort of stopper in the top of it, and a little bit of like sand or something like that inside it. Only a handful of grains, but you couldn't really put your finger on what it was, so you thought, I'm sure it's worth something later. And then yes, you carried on, found yourself a big shiny cat, decided to stab it repeatedly, cast a couple spells at it, which ended up hitting yourselves, and because of that, you decided to skin the cat the moment after it hit the ground, to which Nadrin, I believe, is currently wearing its pelt.
Yep, it's me.
So you are now extra reflecty when it comes to people casting spells at you. But the fleece mane lion, the big scary cat that you were attacking, was seemingly dwelling within a strange cave, and as you pressed inside it, pushing past the bones of its previous meals, it seemed to open up into something a bit more structured. And that's where we left off. So, from there, what would you like to do?
Okay. What's the light situation in here?
It is pretty much pitch black.
Okay. I will cast my cantrip light on the blade of my pike.
Okay. How far does that emit light?
Hold, please. I think it's bright light in 20 feet and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Okay, so it's 20. 20. Save. Okay, you should be emitting light at this point.
Yay!
he's beautiful.
Which
I am
means,
shiny.
as I know, only a handful of you have dark vision. Zolk has very good dark vision, but I think everyone else has either okay or none at all, so better start
Scorpion
getting the
has
shiny things
one.
out.
Not that my dark vision seems to have noticed. I don't think it's working.
Hold on. Well, so can you see
dark yet.
anything on the map at all? Have you scrolled down to the bottom where you are?
I can see from my token to about here.
Yeah, where a wall would be.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
makes
look,
more
it turns
sense now.
out dark vision is an X-ray vision.
Rats aren't
It'd be
used
nice.
to buildings, okay?
So yes, we do have dynamic lighting working on at the moment, so there's only so much the players can see. As it's only how far you can see as an individual.
Well, we're finally in an area where I won't have disadvantage just for existing, so I'd like to
mean-
press on.
It depends heavily on what kind of spells DR ends up casting.
Right now it's just my light cantrip.
Yes, it's not sunlight, it's just light.
I'm going to shout from the entrance down and just ask, Dios, what do you see down there? What's the situation?
some kind of ruin, cave system, potentially. Looks like some sort of maze. The path branches out in 3 different directions at this point.
The mere mention of maze, Sogeg, a flash in his eyes, sheer terror almost. Mogis has taught me not to trust mazes underground.
Dios, you would also notice a very, very strong smell of blood.
Ooh.
It's quite stale, but it is strong, quite this charnel smell.
Okay.
You've piqued my interest.
I look up and down the corridors and I just say to Sogeg, unless you feel like losing about half your body weight, I don't think we're getting you down here.
I'm going to stride up, and with a flick of my wrist, a swagger, I waft my cape, and I will say, I'll sort this out. Minions, assemble! As I call on the power of the gore-soaked.
Okay. Note it only
My
lasts for a
red-cap
minute.
Army. My red-cap army will find the way through this maze.
Okay, where are you summoning this red cap?
I'm summoning it just in front of Dios.
Just in front of Dios. Okay, fantastic.
And with a simple command, I will yell to my minion, search through this maze, and tell me if it widens out, please.
Oh, why the fuck have I got... Is there something to kill in this maze?
I am going to have to do my old classic and use some form of smite. I'll use my blinding smite to make my great spear shimmer slightly. And I'm just going to roar at him and say, there's always blood, minion.
Ooh.
Go find it.
It starts sprinting down this way. Till it gets to a certain point, and then you just start you hear the clumpy bronze boots get sort of quieter and quieter before stopping.
You okay down there, bud?
You get no response.
Should we follow him?
Pogeg, you're going to have to go find little old Stumpy. As I throw my pocket snake in front of Dios as well.
Make an animal handling check.
Dios just turns and looks at Sogeg and just blinks very slowly.
Oh dear. I'm sorry, Dios.
I'm more confused than anything else. Where did you get all these things?
Listen, I have deep pockets, very, very deep pockets, where I can fit many a thing.
Although, to be fair, not the weirdest thing is seeing someone pull out of their pockets.
This is true.
So as you try and command Pogeg the second to head down this creepy, dark corridor, it just refuses to leave your arm. You can try and shake it off, but it is staying hugged to you.
I look at it.
Dios, you hear the distinct sound of metal hitting something a lot softer than other metal or stone before a very wet thump.
That could go either way. I've seen those boots.
They're very good boots.
They are very good boots.
Zolka's going to scurry through Dios's legs and go and investigate.
Oh.
Okay, Zolk, you see a strange creature standing over the very not alive body of that red cap. Its bronze sickle still embedded in its body, but its heart also clutched in this strange nightmare creature's hand.
Sogeg, your buddy's being eaten.
How's my best friend doing?
He's fucking eaten.
He's eaten.
He's been eaten.
They don't
Stagger
seem
backwards.
to be eating it directly, but they're definitely not being nice to it.
I won't have that.
Um,
I'm just going to yell at Dios. You've got spells. Make me small, damn it. Make me small.
Zolk, make either a nature or religion check.
God. That's a -1 in both.
Fantastic. You have no idea what this thing is.
Alright, cool, I'm fleeing.
What, the red cap or the spooky?
The spooky thing that very swiftly ended that red cap.
I'm going to look to Nadrin then and say, I know you can do it. Make me small. I'll allow it.
I can only do it for a minute.
A minute's all I'll need.
This seems like a
Potentially.
very bad idea.
I'm sure it widens out.
You all hear from further down. It almost sounds like a chorus of voices, speaking through mouths that shouldn't really be breathing in the first place. You are not welcome here. Leave.
Ooh.
Zolk, does it widen out? Does it widen? No.
The slightest.
Just shaking with rage at my cursor being big. I'm out of ideas. Can I tempt anyone into a game of dragon chess, perhaps? I'll defend the entrance. You deal with the evil creatures.
I'm going to move into the cave, but not the same way that the red cat went.
Okay.
I'm going to go this way.
I pass Pogeg potentially over to Zolk. I believe Zolk's got an affinity with the snake. Does Pogeg accept? As I say, I just whisper into Pogeg's ear.
Make an
I need you,
animal
Pogeg.
handling check.
Say, I need you to avenge Mogus's will. I know you got it in you.
Seeing the death of something it relates to so much as a red cap, after you gave it the red cap, it hungers for that same kind of bloodthirst and indeed wraps itself around Zolk. Not in a murderous, I'm going to eat this rat because I'm a snake kind of way, but all right, let's go start eating things.
I'll give like a darting glance at Pogeg, sort of darting an eye at Zolk. I'll give it a nod. It knows what to do. I'll go back to my dragon chess.
With yourself.
How am I losing?
If you're losing, that also means you're winning.
Yeah, you're playing both sides, which means you always come out on top.
There's still a corpse outside, right? The big cat.
There is still a corpse outside. A very flayed cat.
I'm going to walk over and use one of its paws as like another hand to pretend that I'm at least playing with someone else.
Please don't get much darker than that.
I think being a scorpion has twisted his mind a little.
I'm making use of it.
Did you say dead end here?
There is a small squeeze through a gap.
Can I squeeze through it? Or is it a bit too small for me?
You can make an acrobatics check to try and squeeze through it.
I'm great at those. Not too bad.
Yeah, that'll be enough to squeeze through without too much issue.
Like a tube of toothpaste. Yeah, slink through. Don't see anything nasty out here. It does open up at this end.
Does Zolk speak snake?
No.
You just hear just a droning, annoying hiss just constantly in your ears.
Yeah, when one head has to breathe, the other takes over.
I can understand it though.
Yes, you can.
So,
Yeah. I'm saying nothing nice. Nothing nice at all.
I'm guessing the snake would need to make the check, but because I'm smaller, would I not?
As a size small creature, no, you wouldn't need to.
It's a snake.
I have an issue.
I don't think the snake would either, considering it's not although it takes up the space of a medium-sized creature, obviously it's a snake
Turn
you
into
can squeeze
form of
through
long snake.
relatively easier.
Bada bing.
Straighten out.
Okay.
Don't go down.
It does widen out.
Oh, so it does.
Does it open?
I say in snake.
Okay. I'll step into the wider room.
Dios, what's your passive perception?
It's 13, I think.
Okay.
Yes, 13.
Oh god.
Do I have to do the check?
If you want to squeeze through, yeah.
What was it again?
And acrobatics. Yeah.
Acrobatics?
Yep, that'll be enough.
Oh,
It's either that or you deal with the potential problem in this direction.
Dios, you get a distinct feeling of being watched.
oh no.
You see his the hairs stand up on the back of his head, and he just darts around. Can I see anything?
Make a perception check.
18.
Not bad.
You can see multiple various stages of decomposition corpses. A large pile in the far end, as well as some that seem to be nothing more than just bloody prints further around. And from this sort of corner is where you very much get that feeling of something's observing you.
Okay.
Should have bothered Sogek for a heal before we moved.
You feel the snake wrapped tight around you, sensing your blood. It sort of like laps it up slightly, and I will lay on hands you. You can have 6 health. That's all my snake lay on hands gone.
Because the snake can lay its hands that it definitely has.
Yes. Listen,
Doesn't even have a tail. It's got
it's
2
a
heads.
snake of many abilities. It's ethereal hands of blood. And I
Okay.
don't know how sucking
I'm
your
sure
blood out
that's
is.
it's. I'm sure that's a monster in the Tome of Beasts, the 100-handed snake, where it's a snake that can cast Mage Hand 100 times.
I'm going to precast
Isn't one, I
bless.
need one.
You're going to precast. Is it your special bless or a normal bless?
Special bless. Special
Okay,
bless.
you are now creating halos of sunlight around everybody, or at least whoever you bless.
Fuck.
Well, no, I can bless 3 people. I'm going to bless myself, Nadrin, and Pogek.
Okay.
Yay!
So they all emit 5 feet of light, that is sunlight,
Yeah. And I'm going to
and they are
extinguish my
blessed.
blade.
Okay. So
Because I do have dark vision.
and it's just dim light of 5 feet, isn't it?
Dim light 5 feet, yeah.
Right, so I need to keep a 5 feet distance from all of yous. Gotcha.
But there is
Okay,
no
it's wrapped around your neck tight.
Scuts, do you want to make an acrobatics check as well to squeeze
Okay,
in?
cool. Detached himself.
Yeah, she's been slowly following, kind of like
You're going to try and squeeze the
ever seen
tree through this gap.
I have to make a second athletics check for my granny stick.
It would be acrobatics, but I'll still take that roll because
what
that's
did
going to
I
be high
do?
enough. Don't worry.
No, my acrobatics isn't okay.
Well,
without my
you got a
bonus,
natural
yeah.
18. That's going to be more than enough on its own.
Yeah, that roll's pretty good.
And as she climbs through, she's just gonna like stuff one of her cookies she made earlier in her mouth and gain 2 hit points.
Oh yeah, don't forget the chef feet that's got stuck.
And as
If
I
you want
pop
some
through
treats.
on the other side, I'll offer Nidren the other cookie.
Uh,
I got a little
sure?
hungry. Do you want a snack?
What does it do?
It heals 1 plus, I think my constitution. No.
Oh.
It gives you 2.
Yeah, it gives you 2 hit points.
Okay, sure. I'll take it.
Oh my.
wisdom, isn't it?
Pogeg turns rigid, by the way.
Equal to...
Hisses
Equal to your position, to be honest.
loudly as I point my long cylindrical body towards the east.
Looks like somebody could see something.
My blind sense tingles.
Oh, I've just clocked on that one too. Oh no. I'm gonna put Pogeg down next to me and just scuttle this way a
Well,
little.
Before you do that, I'd like everybody to roll initiative, please.
Pogeg, bad Pogeg.
I guess you shouldn't have
Naughty.
pointed it
Oh,
out. You may have had a
Good
bit more time.
Pogeg. Very good Pogeg. Best Pogeg.
May give away a
Good
little
rolls.
bit of what you're about to be fighting, but I'm sure it's fine.
I didn't recognize it from the token, I can say that much.
You would
Oh, well.
do when you get the full artwork of it.
Definitely know it is when you rolled the dice.
They are Lampards,
Yes.
which for anybody that wanted to make one as a character may have a bit of an advantage in a small confined space littered with corpses.
Oh, that was my rogue that I made.
Indeed, it was.
That's what I was planning for a rogue.
I'd already made it, so think of something else. Mine.
We don't need two characters that are just blinking between their bodies. Actually, we
Why
do.
not?
We need that greatly. I take that back. Yeah, completely.
So,
None
Full
of that.
party Lampard.
well, the idea that I had in mind was you essentially tried to snipe a corpse, or basically snipe a person, kill them from about 6 feet away, and then step into a corpse and just teleport into theirs, essentially. Okay, Zolk, with
Would it not be-
yourself spotting the creature watching you, what would you like to do?
Would it not be Pogeg first? Not to do
Pogeg
my
did
Oh
get
no,
a 24.
Pogeg did get higher. I just don't
Did.
know why it didn't sort it for me. Okay, yeah, Pogeg, you would go first, which makes sense. You did. You were the one to spot it.
It's Pogeg. What's the nearest? Is there a fresh corpse in sight? Any fresh
There
corpses?
are the bones behind you that are still a bit bloodied, and then a big old blood stain over here. But there's
Nothing fresh enough,
overly
then.
fresh. Nothing that's died within the past 24 hours.
My red cap, wiggling as Pogeg hisses, I'm going to dart towards the prey that I saw. Whee! And I'm going to bite it. For reference, my weapons count as magical for the thingy of resistance.
Well, that is
Bite.
that's pretty good. The second misses, but the first you do get a solid bite. But as its fangs inject its poison, it almost seems to be injected into a solid object rather than something that would have a bloodstream.
And Pogeg, turning into a form of wheel, I'm going to wheel away.
Okay, it would get an attack of opportunity against you.
You think you can hit Pogeg? I
Uh,
laugh.
it's
I laugh to see you
certainly
try.
going to try.
I laugh to see you try. That's a miss.
And that also tells me that it's not auto-rolling the damage. Which is, there we go.
Pogeg shuffles his head in jest.
Reasonable.
that's
Anything
my turn.
else? Okay, fantastic.
Oh, no.
Zolk.
So, is each of these squares 5 feet,
Yes.
if I remember right? Okay, so if I charge, I don't think I can make it. Well, I can.
Yeah, you do have rulers for a reason.
So, put your ruler away. There's a battle at hand.
They're getting a tape measure
I
out of his
hiss.
pocket.
My
I
point
don't want to
here,
cheat.
my point here is, I'll be away enough to not have disadvantage because of the sunlight on Pogeg.
The sunlight, basically, the target would have to be in sunlight, not you.
Oh right, okay.
Basically, you get disadvantage at seeing anything that is within sunlight.
That makes sense. All right. Before Zolk is going to charge with his battle cry, He's going to apply a good old branding smite to his axe.
Oh, that may be useful. It may not be.
I have no idea. It's a good old whack with an axe. There it is. -2. Because it's not got the curse.
That's definitely going to miss.
Yeah.
That
went
wasn't
well.
great. That was not great.
Okay, anything else?
Help.
Fantastic.
You ran in.
The next one. Who is up there? They're up next. So they are going to. Let's see. They're going to just move to there. Okay, Nadrin.
Okay.
We could just leave Zolk.
Yeah.
We don't have to fight this.
He's behind a wall, so it's a bit hard to get a hold of.
I can't see it. I can see
He's literally just on the other side of that little bit of wall.
I can see like the slightest border
you
of a
wouldn't-
token.
You wouldn't be able to actually hit it from there. You'd
No.
need to see at least a half of the token, and even then it would get cover.
I don't think I care too much about cover anymore.
Anymore.
I mean, you need to be
your
able to see
ranged
the
spell
target.
attacks ignore half cover and
Oh,
3/4
well,
cover.
there you go.
Nice.
Well, it's currently in full cover because, as I say, you can't fully see it. So.
Spell
can't-
sniper. I don't think I can actually do anything.
Pogeg, smartest of all, wheeled away. Clever little Pogeg.
I am going
You
to.
could always dash and move further away, or you could, if you've got any spells that target your allies.
Got one, and it's a large reduce.
You could always make Zolk even smaller and just hold up the middle finger.
I am just gonna sit here and hold a spell.
So I will warn, if you're specifically holding a spell, as in like a first level or higher spell, if you don't cast it by your next turn, you lose the spell slot.
I am gonna hold a cantrip.
Then that's fine, yeah.
I'm gonna hold a ray of frost.
And what's the trigger for it?
If I can see the thing.
If it comes into line of time. Okay. Fantastic. Scuts, what would you like to do?
Well, Sogeg was looking for it to widen out, right?
Yeah.
And the granny stick is pretty nice against large structures.
Okay.
So I think she's going to take a swing at the wall we just squeezed through and shout to Pogeg, or Sogeg, sorry, Pogeg's on the battlefield. Shout to Sogeg, Sogeg, there's room for you, come here! And she's just gonna, I guess I'll use my battery. Well,
Okay. Which piece of wall are you going for? This one.
yeah,
Okay.
just like right here, so it's enough room for him to run. Hopefully, I think he can squeeze through here and make it.
I don't want to influence your decision, but we are in a cave, and kicking out the retaining walls that hold the roof in might not be a good shout.
Don't shout, you'll fall in.
Okay, well, I mean, are you gonna yell that back at Scuts?
No.
It's entirely up to you.
She wants her buddy to join the battle, fight
Reasonable.
together.
These are better made caves. They'll be ruddy and hard.
Make
Alright.
an attack roll. Oh, fuck. Okay. So you would deal 26 bludgeoning damage. Because you do double damage to objects and structures. So sure enough, you give it a very solid whack. I need to make sure I'm getting the right piece. And this entire wall section comes down.
Whoops.
So I need to... in fact, I'll do it this way, and then... So any wall marked with a red line isn't there. You can move through it as normal.
Ah, nice.
Oh, God.
So that
So your
entire
solution to
wall
this
section
maze-
is such. You knock it down and then it just dominoes all the way down.
It's not concerning.
She just stands there super proud of herself.
Roll a
That wall
d20
was-
for me, please.
Proud anyways.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Anything else you'd like to do?
I guess with the rest of her movement speed. Go. 5. Okay, there we go. So she should have like another 20 feet to go. So just run over here with everybody else and join the group. Oh, Zolk's right there. Okay.
Okay. Next up is this one. Who is going to? It's about there. And then we have this one who is going to reach out with both hands to try and, well, we'll see what it can do. We'll see what it can do.
They might be friendly. We don't know yet.
The lowest rolls are 14, so do either of those hit?
Zol.
Friendly.
Oh, was I muted? My bad.
Yes.
So
One of those
Yeah, the
hits.
24 doing 6 necrotic damage.
Well, we've undone Pogeg's work.
You see Pogeg look really disappointed, shaking his two heads.
Before it
That
takes
time
a
wasted.
step backwards, if you want to take a reaction.
Indeed, Whacker.
Okay, you managed to actually connect this time. I'm assuming you wouldn't get the bonus damage because you've not cursed it.
But the branded
in-
fight would still go
Indeed.
Yeah, because it's based
Would
on
it?
the next time you hit it. So
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
it'll be 22.
An extra 7.
22.
And you're attacking with your normal axe. Because Brandon's Smite doesn't make the weapon magical, does it? It just
No.
adds the
No,
extra
it's
damage.
just extra damage.
So it would be
No.
slightly different. Okay. So it moves away before reaching into this blood splatter and then suddenly disappearing.
How mysterious.
You'll see Zolk's jaw drop and just be confused. He's too confused to relay any information.
actually look different, or-
Taking inspiration from the most frustrating part of the Alien campaign so far. Okay, Dios.
Okay, I am going to walk up to here, grab hold of Zolk by the scruff of his neck, and throw him into the room.
Wait, what?
That's
Yeah.
a good
And
call.
as I do, I will say, fight them in the open. We can all see them there. Don't fight them in the corridors. And I will launch him into the room.
Okay, make an athletics check. Zolk, if you're trying to avoid this, make an athletics or an acrobatics check.
I'll take free movement. Throw me, daddy.
So that will be 1, 2, 3. Let's see. We'll probably end
Attack rat,
up.
go!
You're going to end up there.
Whee!
I'll let Dios roll it. Roll 3d6 for me.
Yay!
Oh, no.
Zolk, you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground.
Oh
Oh
no!
no!
Your
Dios
man's on
looks-
sticks.
As he
Dios looks proud of himself.
yeeted you pretty fucking hard.
Pogeg just looks admiring at this feat of strength.
And then I will
This
move to
bloodshed.
here.
Glorious.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Sogeg and Pogeg, because you go on the same initiative.
You hear just a blood-curdling sound in the distance. What sounds like splashing blood, sheer rage, as you must assume that Sogeg has finally lost his bout of Dragon Jess.
Is he a
Is
dragon
seeing-
gesture falling to the floor?
He sees the wall knocked down in a rallying cry at his gym buddy. I am going to charge headfirst and double move and dash. I'm going to dash in an attempt to squeeze through here.
Okay.
He's going to do strength at it. Strength is going to fix this. So I'm attempting to move to.
So you're trying to barrel through
60
it.
foot.
Okay, athletics check then.
Yeah, anger, athletics. I'm man. Stay mad.
Okay. You get through to the other side. But you
That's a squeeze.
You take a nice tasty 12 points of bludgeoning damage as you you catch your shoulder on the other piece of wall.
Pop out the other side.
Essentially just dislocate your shoulder briefly.
I say, what I miss? I have, I sniff the air. I sense blood. I have blood sense. Do I?
You do have blood sense. Okay.
I do.
So I will do this for you.
Well, actually, I'll take my temperature.
There is one in that direction.
Okay. Is that just me seeing that?
You can point this out to everybody if you want. It's up to you.
I will point my spear.
Because I can't really show it to just to one person. So there's one in this direction.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I get you. Yep.
And there is one in this direction.
You see Pogeg just nose to the wall, sniffing deep.
So you don't
Yes,
know
I can
the
smell that
exact
blood.
location. You just know basically the direction.
I can smell them deeper in this maze.
I knew blood sense is a good ability.
It's an awesome ability. As Pogeg, in sniffing deep, I just lend an arm down as I invite Pogeg to coil around my cape once more. And Pogeg's just gonna chill on my neck.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Zolk, what would you like to do?
I don't have a way of healing myself, so this is a problem.
I might be able to heal you.
You trust Sogeg to heal you?
How bloodied does he look? See, there's blood. Sogeg's down.
Pretty fucking bad.
Proven your might, young Zolk.
He's pretty much in a heap on the floor at the moment.
I must scurry back over here and just they protect me.
I invite a hand down for you to also join Pogeg in my pocket. Come on up here, little Zolk. Head up here.
Okay. Yeah. So you can basically hold twice the number of one size smaller creatures. So basically, you can hold either 2 medium creatures or 4 small creatures, or 1 medium creature and 2 small creatures, which you currently have, or at least 1 medium creature and 1 small creature. So if anybody else wants to climb on you, you could get another small or tiny.
Welcome to Sogeg's angry house.
Okay.
Sadly,
Next
there's
up,
nothing in vision.
I need to do some measuring that's hidden, hopefully, from everybody else. Fantastic. Okay, so with a quick blink, popping its head and, well, most of its body, to be fair, out of this bloodstain over here is another Lampard, or at least the same Lampard. They look kind of similar to each other. And as it pokes its head out, it is going to attempt to cast Chill Touch at Dios. A 24 doing 8 necrotic.
Cool.
Before once again disappearing into the blood.
We need to create a corpse to lure it.
I'm not volunteering.
You can make, on your turns, you can make a religion or history check to try and learn some details about Lampards to see how they work. That's its turn. So, Nadrin, what would you like to do?
What? So I do have a question. When that popped up over there, I did kind of
Oh,
see it.
yes, you would have seen it, so you would have been able to cast Ray of Frost at it, so yes, that would have triggered your reaction. Because it was out in the open. It has to fully step out, but then it can step back in again. That's going to miss.
I missed.
That is the worst possible
That's
roll you could possibly
really-
roll.
That was
Something of beauty,
the
that.
worst roll you could have got.
Oh
You
dear.
were definitely looking in the wrong direction.
You were picking your nose at the time. Oh, shit.
I'm not an enemy. We're not enemies. Stop shooting us.
You freeze your own nose off, yeah.
I'm gonna move like over here. And I'm gonna hold an action again. And I'm gonna hold Ray of Frost again.
Okay. Scott, what would you like to do?
Seeing her friends get picked on, she's not really. It's starting to really piss her off.
Stay mad. Stay mad. Yeah.
Ooh. Where did we last see it? Up over here? In that corridor by that bloodstain?
This was
It
the
was up
one,
here.
Alright, she's gonna charge up to where she last saw it. But there's nothing there now, right?
There's nothing there other than a very clear patch where a body used to be.
Did she catch any glimpse of it, or would she have any idea what it is?
You can make a religion or nature check to try and identify it.
And then that would be my...
That would be your
Action
action
that
to do
turn?
so, yeah.
Okay. Alright, yeah. What'd you say, nature or a...
Nature or
history?
religion.
Religion. Oh god. Okay, we're gonna go with nature.
Okay. I will give you any two basically stats about it. They are Lampards, they are nymphs of the Underworld, and very much are supposed to guard places where the border basically between the living world and the underworld are. They sort of can go freely between, and are essentially agents of Erebus. Aside from that, I will let you know either. So any two of these, it's armor class, it's hit points, speed, one of its ability scores, if it's got any resistances or immunities, one of its abilities or one of its actions. You can ask any two of these.
I'll
This is
ask
what's
about
good now.
resistances.
So it has resistance to necrotic damage, and immunity to poisoned, or poison in general. We've got one more question.
Abilities.
So one of its ability. It has the ability Corpse Stride. So on its turn, it can use 10 feet of its movement to essentially step into one corpse and emerge from a second creature's corpse within 60 feet of the first one. And it can do this basically as long as it's got movement speed left. So essentially what would have happened was it used 10 feet of movement to essentially teleport into the bloodstain in front of you, and then 10 feet to get out of it, or teleport back into it to somewhere else.
Alright, she's just gonna turn around and shout to the party. You guys, this is some creepy shit. Granny told me about these. They step between corpses. Watch out for bodies. And then she's
Okay.
gonna... Do I have any movement speed? Yeah. She's gonna slowly, back... Oops. I made myself large. Back towards the party a little bit. This way.
Any bonus actions? There's one in particular I can think that may give you some help,
I
or
was
may
gonna
just
say-
not.
Wait, which one?
the pulling something out of your bag of infinite bullshit because you've no idea
That's
what it
what-
could be. It could be something really useful. It could be something that's really not useful.
That's
You're crying elf.
as she steps back out of the area she was checking out. She just reaches into her shirt and digs around. You hear metal and wood bonking around, and she pulls out a ring of keys for forgotten locks.
There you go.
Just kind of
You've got a key
holds it in
ring.
her fist.
You pulled out your car keys. Okay.
Yeah, can she like hold them between her fingers? Do some slashing damage?
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Wolverine.
Anything
that is the
anything
end.
else?
No, that's it. She just
Okay.
backed out, got her keys ready.
Fantastic. Okay, this one is going to move to there. And this one is going to move to there. Move to here. And then get hit in the face, hopefully, by Nadrin's Ray of Frost.
Come on. Come on.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
That's better. Because you also reduce its movement speed, which is really good for stopping these things from getting back into the bodies.
Yay.
So that is 15 points of cold damage. Shit.
Nice.
Did something.
Well, it's gonna reach out and attempt to give Sogek the bad touch. So
Oh, you can try. Sergej hides behind his mighty shield. Oh, I got hit behind my mighty shield.
you got hit behind your mighty shield.
Nice!
That's 21 points of necrotic damage plus another 12, so 30,
Just
33
one-shot me.
points of necrotic
You literally
damage.
one-shot me.
Jesus.
Sergej is
Not my
down.
chariot.
Oh my god.
Well, that was interesting. But that's going to be the end of its turn because it can't move any further thanks to being Ray of Frosted.
You see a Pogeg knuckle to one knee, blooded. So
It's
much
now going to
blood.
try and worm its way out from underneath you. So, Dios, what would you
Oh,
like to
Volga.
do?
I see this. I would definitely stand away from it and give it a pokey poke.
You're going to give it a poke.
At the old pokey poke. I have bless arm. Cool.
Okay, that is
19.
a successful poke.
12 piercing. And I'll end my turn.
Okay. So, Sogek, I need a death saving throw, please.
Ooh. Come on, save. Oh,
That's a failed save. What would
I'll just
Pogeg
see
like to do?
poor Pogeg
After he used up
trying
all of his
to
lay on
heal.
hands.
trying to heal his fallen master. You see him go into a blood rage. Yeah, avenge your master, Pogeg. Fight with fury.
Well, it is some furious biting as it does manage to clamp onto its first attack missing, but its second going right for the jugular and dissipating this Lampard as it sort of bursts into sort of a smoky, starry fog.
Would Sogeg have a lot of blood coming out of him right now?
No, it was necrotic damage, so you're essentially withering
Ooh.
away.
He's lucky. Sergei's very lucky. As Pogeg is just going to slither towards the nearest source of blood.
Which would
Which
be
actually
down
would be,
here. Would be the nearest source of blood, yeah. The part that it teleported out of.
Actually, I'll be able to go there. And just sort of lap at the blood-stained floor.
Okay. Zolk, what would you like to do?
Ring your bell.
Zulk is gonna scream "not a doctor" in an attempt to stabilize Sogek.
Oh my-
Okay.
If this is how I die,
Okay.
then so be it.
Make a medicine check. That stabilizes him.
Oh,
So,
it's fortunate that I'm immune to disease.
yeah, pulling out your poisoner's kit of definitely saving people and not murdering people, you manage to essentially give him some equivalent of poisonous adrenaline to keep him from completely going into that good night.
How?
So yes,
You'll
you are
just hear
stabilized.
you'll just hear a rise, my chariot, rise.
Well, he's at 0
How
hit
about-
points. He's unconscious, but
How does
We here.
how do temporary hit points work when you're downed?
they don't.
They don't. Do
Temporary
they?
hit points.
Cool.
The best equivalent for him is armor.
Yeah,
You
it's free
can
armor.
wear it, and it sort of gives you that, but they won't.
You see,
Wearing a good suit of armor won't bring you back from the dead, kind of thing.
I don't know how good you've not seen how good my armor is. Pretty good armor.
I mean, considering I wrote the fucking armor, yeah, I have seen how good your armor is. Anything else, Zulk?
No, that's all.
Okay. Well, next is this one. That is going to pop out of this piece of corpse. And I don't think anyone's ready their actions. So it's going for that same bad touch against Scots. Okay.
Someone stop these guys.
So does the 17 hit?
Yeah, my armor class is 13.
Oh.
That is really low.
Okay.
That's lower than mine.
So that would
It's
be
some barbarian armor.
what that would be 31 points of necrotic damage.
Ow!
Oh my god, I have 2 hit points. Sorry. Suddenly, Scots is looking very...
As
Very
it
rough.
then tries to backstep back into the blood. So you would get an attack of opportunity if you wanted to.
Oh, most certainly. She will immediately huck those keys at it.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you lob the keys, and sure enough,
Had it ready.
you bean it right in the back of the head with a set of keys as it runs away, before jumping back into the puddle of blood and then disappearing. Okay, Nedrin.
I'm doing it again. I'm holding a ray of frost.
You could do it. Well, it helps you kill the other one, so...
It's about the only thing I feel like I can do without possibly wasting my very minor amount of spell slots.
I get the feeling the party may need a long rest after this, so... it's up to you whether you
Theos
want
is
to save them. But if you want to just hold your action to Ray of Frost, the first thing you say...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scuts, what would you like to do?
Eat all the cookies.
I was going to say, have you got any cookies left? You can go and try and get your
No, that
2-point
saved my
cookie
fucking
back
life.
from... It did.
I'm assuming you ate it, Nadrin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I kind of wish I hadn't.
See, you could have force-fed the dying Sogeg a cookie and it would have brought it back to life.
Right. I thought 2 hit points was pretty sad. Turns out it's pretty clutch. So,
It's pretty clutch.
all right. This is just too much. She has now watched Sogeg almost die. She just got like
She's got the bad
dragging
touch.
Yeah, she's like dragging her granny stick like that. She's just going to go into a rage.
Ooh.
There we go. Oh, I couldn't find my button.
Okay.
No,
you
but
make things pretty around you.
Oh, beautiful.
Which,
That's what this cave
okay,
is.
what I will say
Shit.
is if basically the bloodstain is within that 15-foot radius, it's not a corpse anymore. It's got plants growing out of it. It's not a full corpse. So that's a good way to essentially control part of the map. If you're covering, which you are at that point, that corpse, they can't teleport through it. Because it's
I'll
specifically
probably
stating that, flowers and vines are growing around you. It's essentially growing out of the ground. So it's covering them up.
And
there any-
it's also difficult terrain as well.
Yeah, and that would reduce their movement speed by half. So, yeah,
Good rage.
a good rage.
Yeah.
Anger is the way
Except-
forward.
Is
Anything
there
else?
anything for me to attack so I don't lose my rage?
You can start breaking down one of the walls if you want
Walls.
to.
Oh God.
Those two walls look prime for knocking down. Prime.
Let's just say the bigger piece of wall you knock down, the more likely you are to cause a full-on cave-in, because I can only delete full sections of wall. I can't take off little chunks. So you either break the entire wall or nothing at all.
Shoot. Do I have?
So you've still got your action, because it's only a bonus action to rage.
The first turn I rage, do I have to do damage this turn or it ends, or is it damage
No,
next
it's
turn?
Next turn.
Okay. I would like to use magic awareness. As an action, I can open my awareness to the presence of concentrated magic. Till the end of my next turn, I know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet that isn't behind total cover.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps.
They are behind total cover, because there's
Okay.
full walls between you and them. But you would very much be able to see them be able to tell immediately when they suddenly show up through them.
You can see me like a beacon.
Yes.
Yeah, right. You're just glowing. Okay. Seeing she covered up the other corpse, she's gonna stay put. She's resting. That was
taking a
pretty
quick
mighty.
breather.
She's just huffing and breathing and resting on her granny
Okay.
stick.
I need to do some measuring because I need to see what other corpses are nearby. Okay, so that's slightly out. Actually, if it's there. Okay, so this one is going to suddenly appear right out of the pool of blood Pogeg is currently drinking out of. And again, go in for that same bad touch.
He will not touch me. That is 2 hits, though.
For
19
19
damage.
necrotic damage.
I can take that.
Before stepping back into the corpse. It is counting as moving away from you, so you would get a attack of opportunity.
Right.
Which will hit.
7 piercing. Magical.
As it disappears into a different corpse. Okay, Dios.
Okay, I am going to run into here
Mm-hmm.
and hold my action to poke the first stupid Lampard that pops out of it.
So at this moment in time, you wouldn't be able, a Lampard wouldn't be able to come out of this corpse
I don't know.
because it is being covered by vines and shit.
Right, didn't realise that was the thing.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, cool. Where are the other corpses that we know of?
This big old pile here,
That'll
and
do.
this one down here.
Big old pile. Anything that pops out, I'm actually just going to stand in the middle of it.
Okay,
Pops out, it gets a pokey poke.
fantastic.
Or, ooh,
Oh, yeah.
what else have I got? What else have I got? That was just my movement. I don't really have much else. Yeah, I'll just wait to stick a pike up their rear when they
Other
pop
pleasant
out.
places, okay.
Yeah.
Pogeg, what would you like to do? While Sogeg sits unconscious having a quick nap. Have we still got a Pogeg?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was talking about on mute very quick. As Pogeg is gonna, seeing, want some fresh meat, he's gonna also ready his action, waiting for a fella to come through while Sogeg has angry, near-death
Okay.
dreams.
He's doing the classic snake coil. Sort
Yes.
of waiting for. Okay.
See Sogeg's side blank glance at Nadrin. Heal me.
Zolk,
Heal me.
what would you like to do?
Well, I can't heal you, Sogeg. Sorry.
You can certainly try.
Can I?
I don't know. I'm sure you can improvise something if you wanted to
can
make
try
an attempt.
anything if you want. It's just not. It might not work.
If you might be able to convince me. You've got your experimental toxin. I'm sure there's a slight chance that heals someone. Well, there isn't, but there might be.
You don't know that.
I don't know. Just feeding Sogeg his own gunk do much for us.
The force feed my stinger into me.
What's
A cruel world.
I think we'll play
not
it safe
quite.
here.
Uh,
Stand in this corner and hold an Eldritch Blast.
okay.
Yes.
Well, the next one is this one. Let's have a look at. Okay. It is going to move to. Oh, need to actually get the selector again. It's going to just move to there and then end. So, Nadrin.
Oh, it didn't appear.
Hey, nothing popped up.
Shits.
It was too far away.
Mm-hmm.
Or it just didn't want to. Maybe it's scared. I don't know why. He's been kicking your ass so
winning.
far, but
Oh, we killed one.
you did kill one. But he's also killed one of you, so.
True. Yeah, I don't really have anything I can do to help.
Sort of get blasting.
You could try exploring. You never know. Could wander through the twisting maze and hopefully find an answer.
They can't crit like 4 times in a row, right? Be safe. Be fine.
Hey, if you can crit them, they can crit you.
They have crit us.
Indeed, and you have crit them.
The cycle continues.
I think I am going to. I think I'm just gonna have to hold my Ray of Frost again.
Okay. Scuds, what would you like to do?
Okay, so there's none currently in view for Scuds.
Not that you can see, no.
Just going to move back a little bit towards Nedrin. Oh, there's nothing for her to attack. Can she attack these little pillars? There we go. She's just mad and she's gonna crush this pillar right here.
Yep, make an attack roll.
Yes.
Okay, roll a d20 for me.
Oh god. Trying not to collapse it, I promise. I have to damage something or else. Oh god.
Okay, so yeah, that little pillar collapses.
Ooh.
And as a bonus action, she's going to reach into her shirt and just
You never
ready
know.
another thing to huck.
I will point out you're no longer covering this body.
Yeah, that's intentional.
Okay, just making sure you're aware. Yeah.
If anything, she's looking at that
Yes.
and hoping, like, if it comes through that, she's ready to attack it. All right, with a mummified Ravenclaw.
Oh.
Pocket bird.
Okay.
Is that a callback?
You've got pocket birds. Yeah, pretty much.
Did you kill?
You've got bits of
Don't ask questions.
bits of were raven, yeah. Okay. this one's suddenly going to appear here and immediately get bit by Pogeg and zapped in the face by Zolk.
Yes! Pogeg, sting! As we stop blast. No! Your blast put Pogeg off. Oh, that's good.
Well, you got a blast. It's only 2 damage, but you got a blast.
That's right.
You definitely got a blast. It's going to... first of all, it's going to do just the 1 necrotic touch on Pogeg.
Oh, that's very kind.
16 to hit, doing 9
As a
necrotic.
match, so that's 9 more.
Before reaching out and summoning a spectral hand to do the same to Zolk. But there was an 11,
Good.
and that's going to miss.
I dodged.
Before it steps back into the corpse.
Stogeg looks angry.
You've already
Pogeg
used your
rolls.
reaction, so it can't take another attack of opportunity. Okay, Dios.
Same again. Wait.
Wait for it.
when
Just
turn up.
patience.
Yep.
Okay.
Cat in the brushes.
Pogeg, are you the same?
I will go from this direction.
Ooh,
Nice, spicing Pogeg's
changing it up.
snake
This is
of
nice.
interest. As yes, I'll ready my action.
Zolk,
More blasting.
just saving those blasts. Okay, this one is going to appear here, where it gets promptly blasted in the face by a ray of frost and a thrust with a spear.
Pokey poke.
Both connecting for a spicy amount of damage. Before spinning on its heel and grabbing out with its necrotic touch at Dios. For 24 points of necrotic damage.
Still up.
Before again stepping into the corpse but appearing here.
We tried just talking to them.
They are able to speak. They did tell you to fuck off, so...
Do we know that Bennett's disappeared, or is Bennett just very suspiciously
At the moment-
melded into the shadows while...
He's currently just sort of this sort of ghostly, greyed out form hovering about. You can't hear him.
Very
you can't really
suspicious
see
of this.
him or anything. Well, I mean, you can see him, but he can't really interact with the world unless in very dire circumstances, if his god allows it. Which, considering these are agents of
Suspect
Erebus
this
as
is his
well,
doing.
unlikely.
Suspect this is his doing.
It's just being a dude.
We'll have firm words afterwards.
So, Nadrin.
Okay, I can see this guy over here.
You can see that guy over there as he pulled himself out of the blood.
There's a dude.
Oh, probably misses.
That is going to miss, yes.
Damn it. Okay. Yep, that's me.
Okay.
Nadrin, you would get your bless on top of that.
Would I?
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
give you
it
a
is.
bless.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So roll a
is that?
d4.
D4.
As well.
Come on.
Hey.
That turns a miss into a hit.
Yeah.
If I buff you, use the buff.
Yeah, you kind of need it, to be honest. There's a reason I throw such
forgot.
big things at you.
It is handy if you get blessed. If you click on your token, the little circular thing at the bottom, like just put a little icon on you. It's super
Yes.
easy to forget that you got blessed.
I use similar icons to like remember when somebody's under effect of a condition or concentrated or something like that. So yeah, if you put the little like
Wings.
angel wings, yeah, they're good to remember.
How do
See,
I
I've forgotten.
choose it?
tokens.
So
Although I would have to roll 2 con saves to maintain that bless as well.
true, you would do. I'm not going to make you, even though
I
you
make
passed
them
for
anyway.
both. But I would have let you get away with it because we're already past it.
No. It's been fair.
Okay, Scuts, what would you like to do?
Ah! Seeing this move up, she's going to step forward and try to cover up the body underneath it with the vine so it can't disappear.
Brain power. I like it.
And
Strategy.
then she is going to throw the mummified Ravenclaw that she pulled out as hard as she can.
Okay. She throws it as hard as she can, and it comes out the other side of the Lampard.
Yeah.
As you huck this Ravenclaw like a dart, as it just punctures straight through its face.
She just roars at it. Okay, that's
That was pretty cool.
that was my action.
That was your action.
So
Yes.
bonus action, she just furiously just stuffs her hand back in the shirt, starts digging around
The
and
next
rustling in the
ammo.
drawer. And she pulls out a spyglass that always shows the world suffering a terrible storm.
So yeah, it is
As angry as
a
she
small,
is.
small spyglass, sort of little typical sailing kind of thing. That yeah, when you look through it, it's looking into constant rain, thunder, mist. Yeah. Why you'd have this, I've no idea, but yeah, you've got it.
Just collecting
Look
things,
through it
you know.
once in a while. It's peaceful.
Yeah, it's the ASMR one because you just hold it up to your ear while you're sleeping, and you've got the sounds of a distant storm. Anything else?
Okay. No, she's just going to stand there with a spyglass in her hand, just
Okay.
waiting for the next thing to... Oh, actually, no. Yes, she will step back to open it back up in case something will walk through.
Okay, this one's going to go here. Step to about there, and reach out with chill touch against the one thing that it can see, which is the currently unconscious Sogeg.
No! I can't hit me. I fell with my shield on top of me.
It would actually be at disadvantage because you are considered prone, and a ranged attacks against prone creatures are at disadvantage.
Heidi shield, go! Come on, Heidi shield.
Yeah, you managed
miss.
to hide under your shield as a
Clinking
spectral
noise.
hand reaches out and you just hear it scraping, nails on chalkboard on the edge of your shield. Although for yourself, you're unconscious, you don't even notice. Everybody else seeing this big skeleton hand try and strangle an unconscious Sogeg is like, that's probably not good. Okay, Dios.
My roll 20's just had a brain fart.
Yeah, my
There's an alien.
something
Ooh.
similar. Yes, but
There we go. I seem to be back in the fight. Do I have any inkling where the things that are, or the last of the things are?
it's you would know it would have to have line of sight on Sogeg.
Well, Sogeg's so big, everyone can see him.
I mean, considering how tight all the walls are, that's actually not really the case.
And I would imagine... Nope. Got it wrong.
You can sprint and hope for the best.
Sogeg can see. Well, you can't actually.
Well, I mean, I would assume you should be able to actually see him. I mean, Sogeg's unconscious, so his eyes are
Actually,
closed.
my-
but-
Sogeg's
That's
pointed
actually my
the other
movement.
way.
So,
Or is he?
no, that's me.
Okay.
I will use my action to defend myself. So
Okay.
anything attacking
Yeah.
me gets disadvantage.
Pogeg.
Pogeg is gonna slither his way to his master. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Ooh.
Hop. I was gonna hiss. Eh. As Pogeg is actually just gonna dive into the pile of gore,
Okay. Prevent it from getting away. I like it.
and I'll end my turn.
Okay. Zulk, would you like to do anything?
I'm going to climb on Sogeg.
Okay. That's
It's hide underneath my shield.
It's not there. God damn it. I hoped. I thought it'd be down there.
Let's have a look how far you can see.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
okay.
Yay!
You got there.
I was going to be like,
Alright.
no way.
Okay, so
unfortunate.
how does this work? Alright, so fucking Christ. I mean, there isn't a wall there.
The closest thing is this piece here, but no, it wouldn't be in cover.
Alright. I can get close enough.
As
start
this is
blasting
just
again.
rubble, so you can see straight
Yeah.
through this. Yeah.
And so I start blasting more.
Keep repeating the joke; it will soon be funny.
Eventually.
You will
I'm not
always
good at
be
this.
Amazing. But
I ring a bell, but apparently it's resistant to a bell.
It is resistant to bells. Turns out this thing could bell back if it wanted to. It's not going to, but it could.
Oh dear.
Mainly because its necrotic touch is way better. So.
That's a good spell.
Anything
nothing
else? No. Okay, Nadrin.
I get the feeling if I move over there, I'm not going to be able to see it unless I completely trample Sogeg.
I mean,
Sure,
he's
so that's
stable,
fine.
so as long as you don't step on his neck, you should be
I
alright.
say at this point, I think I'm just a terrain piece.
Yeah.
But I am going to stay here and hold my Ray of Frost so I can keep vision of
Okay.
this and also up here.
Okay. Scuds, what would you like today?
Shoot, there's nothing for her to see, is there?
Not that you can see where you are at the moment. You did see the spooky hand try and kill Sogeg and Zolt climb over his body, so you've got a vague idea where it is.
Alright. She's got her spyglass ready. She'll start moving this way? Is it down the hallway?
Considering Zolt was able to shoot a blast from where he is, it's probably down that way.
Down here? I'm trying to figure out which way I'm going. Like down towards Zulk?
That general direction.
Okay, there we go. So where did I start? Here. Let's see if I can... Buttons. There we go. I can only go 35 feet?
Only 35 feet.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's more than most
bad.
things.
Yes. Pretty good.
I don't
I'd
think
imagine
that
if
puts
it
me in line of
just,
sight for it, does it?
Yeah, it only updates your line of sight when you actually let go of the token, because otherwise it'll crash roll 20.
Oh, there we go. I moved my last 5 feet. I think I can hit it.
Make it
You should be able
count.
to hit it.
Alright. Scuts lets out another roar as she just hucks this random object she pulled out of her shirt.
Yeah, and beans this one in the back of the head as well.
Stop hurting my friends! As she reaches into her shirt again and pulls out a little black book that records your dreams and yours alone when you sleep.
Oh, it's got his private diary from which it's a dream diary. Although it seems to be automated. We didn't write it in the first place.
Oh, Granny.
Not to be rude, but can Scuts read it?
Ooh, that's an interesting question.
You didn't have to do it like that.
It might be written in a different language. We don't know. We
I
don't
mean,
know.
she's not too dumb to read, but it's whether or not Granny would have taught her to read, honestly.
Exactly.
I mean, to be fair, I think are you intelligence 9?
Yes.
Then yes, you'll be able to read and write. Intelligence 9 is just slightly below average. If basically an average human is 10s across the board.
When Scott's writes her R's are back to front.
But that's just for
just
style rather than anything else. Yeah,
I have the same
That's flavour.
intelligence as Scuts.
that sounds about right for a sorceress.
Yeah.
Shall we ask what Zolk's intelligence is?
No.
Big dum dum.
I reckon scarily high.
It's a wee 8.
Oh my word, it's not high. It's definitely not high.
I took a feat to boost my wisdom when we leveled.
Okay, so is that everything, Scots?
I don't think I can.
Yeah, I
Oh,
believe so.
yeah, no, I can't move anymore.
You've
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, you've done everything. Okay. It is the Lampard's turn, and it is going to try and move Pogeg out of the way by making him not be there anymore.
You won't even succeed. Impossible. Now that's 2 hits.
Doing a mighty 14 necrotic damage.
You see Pogeg also with 2 strings left on one of his heads.
Before it
Red
sort
cap
of
hat.
looks around and then tries to sprint the hell away. So Pogeg would get an attack of opportunity.
Ho ho ho. Get bitten, kid.
That's not going to do it, as it runs the fuck away.
Howard.
Can I take my action if we're ending combat here first?
I mean, it depends if you want to chase it down.
No. I want to do something different.
Yeah, DS. I mean,
Is,
it's running further into the maze, so you are still in combat.
Okay. Is Sogeg still unconscious?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to approach him while he's dribbling on the floor, and I'll just kneel down next to him and whisper in his ear, "Your god has abandoned you. But Heliod sees you. Rise in his glory." And I will cast Healing Word on him.
Hero.
You get.
Come on, big rolls.
That's the biggest roll you could get.
Sogeg just gonna spit out a ball of blood and sort of presenting it to you. I'll say, "My god has not left me. He honors me with blood."
He just looks at you.
Okay. Well,
You'll call on me again.
it is both Sogeg and Pogeg's turn.
How, in the immediate vicinity of Sogeg, who has the most blood on their weapon?
Probably you, because these things don't bleed all that much.
That's
It's
a
your
good
own
point.
blood.
As I will just pat myself on the back for a job well done, and I will use my final 6 points of lay on hands. I really wanted to use
for the level of everybody being dead. Pogeg, Scott, and Zolk are pretty much as close to death as they could possibly be.
As I will save them all with my mighty shield. As Sogeg is going to attempt to charge away through here again.
Okay.
Oh, God.
You can use either acrobatics or squeeze, which would slow you down, or you can charge and risk taking bludgeoning damage as you clip your shoulder again.
I will charge.
Okay. No risk, no
'Cause
reward.
Sogeg has just clipped his shoulder again.
No, that'll
What
do
can
it.
you do?
That'll do it.
Can you do it?
Yeah,
Hey!
you're alright for that.
As Sogeg, a blood-curdling scream again, in just glory of all the blood that's around me. What glorious... And I will give a tip of my crown fedora towards Dios, as Heliod has done something of worth. He has shown me light to see this glorious blood, and I revel in it. And I'm going to use my blood sense again, please. And where is this beast?
It is
What direction?
currently in that direction. That direction.
Now, not to metagame it too much, but oh, Pogeg, you live, you lucky little Pogeg. When it got hit by Pogeg last, will Pogeg remember how dishevelled it looked? Did it look crumbling, or did it look too ethereal to
These
make a
things
difference?
just look flaky in general.
Feared
It
as much.
seemed to be very aware that it was a bit outgunned.
Then I'm just going to yell out to Pogeg. Because I don't think Sogeg actually fully knows that they're coming out of the corpses. I don't think I got far enough to find that out. Maybe it was a blow to my head that I've just forgotten. Is I'm going to call for Pogeg, and I'll just yell out generally to the party to get behind my mighty stalwart shield. Owl, protect us!
It definitely protected you.
I retreat Pogeg. It protected me from quite a lot, to be fair. Apart from the crit. The crit hurt. As I will end my turn. Wait, no. I can dash.
You could
I don't
dash.
want to, though. I'm readying my pike for when it attempts to
Okay.
get its final prey. Although it's going to.
Zolk, what would you like to do?
Reclaim my throne on Sogeg
Yay!
and hold a cantrip.
Okay. Nadrin.
Do we know it's just this one left?
You'll have noticed that there's very few appearing suddenly. And you'll have known from Sogeg's blood sense that there were only 3 of them, and 2 of them have been destroyed. Yeah, you've got ways of detecting how many alive creatures are nearby, so yeah, you wouldn't actually know the numbers.
Could I shout out what I sense with blood sense?
Yeah.
I'll shout out that in my sniffings of the air, there only seem to be one direction. Whether that means there's multiple or just one, I don't know.
Yeah, they could also be lined up.
Perfect line.
I am going to move that far, and there's no real reason not to, so I'm gonna hold my Ray of Frost in case something gets within my range.
Okay. Scott, what would you like to do?
Knock down more of the labyrinth. Don't knock down more of the labyrinth.
But what do the gods decide?
I think that was actually my last rage, so if this ends... I think I raged during the Catablipus, and then I raged...
Oh, well, you've long rested.
Oh, no, we had a
since
rest then.
Yeah, but I definitely had a long rest since
So you
then.
used one when we fought the lion.
You definitely
Okay,
used
never
one when
mind.
you
We're
fought the
fine.
lion.
We're fine. Then okay, I see where I fucked up. All right, I will correct that tally then, because that was some scary shit. Okay, then
You,
I'm
like,
just gonna go ahead and
Throw something at the wall, like the outer wall.
You
Angrily.
can, I'm sure that won't cause any damage to the wall.
So Geg's very scared that I'm stood on top of the broken wall at the moment. No.
I see what direction it ran in. You know what? Maybe she'll try to chase it down.
So you know, Sogeg's pointed out the direction it's gone in. So again, to show where Sogeg's senses is essentially pointing in that direction.
Point my great Zeiston in the general direction.
Oh, yeah, no, it's knock down a wall or end the rage. We're gonna end the rage instead of
Ooh,
risking everybody's life.
how brave.
Unless you want me to knock down that, I can keep remodeling, that's fine. Alright, I'm gonna stand there and I'm gonna read the journal.
Yeah, reminisce on your own on your own dreams. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you hear the scampering of footsteps further down the hallway. Let's have a look. Oh, this will end up with okay, fantastic. Before that ends up.
Oh. We did all see your tape measure then.
Yeah, that's fine.
To be fair, actually, yeah, we know blood sense, I guess.
With blood sense, yeah, you know the vague direction. You also would assume there's not just like 3 corpse areas in this maze. So
Not to put anything in Scuts's mind, but there's a lot of walking there for the fact that it's just behind this wall.
yeah,
It's an awful lot of walking.
Dios.
Do I know which direction these idiots ran off in?
They
Or
all
can I hear
went. You know where your idiots ran off into, but not so much
Yeah.
the Lampard idiots.
Yeah, I'm more concerned with my idiot.
Yes, you know they've all gone south.
Okay. Well, we know that. Okay. Jesus Christ.
That took me a moment.
Oh, Helio.
Okay. I'll dash and start moving towards Scott. Keep up with her.
Beady boy.
Okay.
Then,
What was it? Bonus actions?
no, I think I'm okay for the moment.
Okay. Pogeg, Sogeg.
Sogeg will move with his battery. Donk.
Heading back to your dragon chest there.
I'm tempted. As I look upon this labyrinth wall, as Sogeg, a slight shudder, as I'm not okay with tight spaces. As I will just make an effort to sort of attempt to shield Dios, as I appreciate the health.
Can I make a suggestion that we all head outside and not explore any further, and potentially have a nap?
Oh. I'm just brimming. My teeth are grinding harsh right now, but Dios is right. There's Sogeg. He just sort of wanders past, I guess, and just keeps walking towards my dragon chest set.
Yeah, Zolk, you would be going along with him because you are on his back. So.
Yep. Whee!
We're going outside.
The free ride.
Yeah. I will give a nod to Dios. Unless what does the rest of the party say?
Like I said, Sogeg, you've whittled it down to one, although it is bouncing around at quite a frantic clip.
Horrible feeling these little critters are going to multiply somehow. We're going to be back at...
And it depends on how quick you can take a sleep.
Yeah. I would have some actual abilities if we slept.
And you can
You're
only
in the
take a
hot
long
zero.
rest in a safe place. You'll be able to take a short rest and use up
Yes.
a set of supplies, but you can only take a long rest in somewhere safe.
Very quick question, actually. Casting my mind back, before I forget this, when Dios cast Bless, was there any sheen about Nadrin's cloak, or did it just seem to bless her without question?
Blessed without issue.
Thank the Lord. Good to know. I wrote that in the memory bank. As I will say back to Dios then that do we rest or do we hunt down this last vermin? There is only one. I can smell him. Smells like toast, freshly made off the barbecue. Not barbecue, off the campfire.
I'm not sure where we're going with that.
That's what he smells like. It just smells a crispy air. Also, Sogeg's having a stroke, either or.
Can you smell toast?
I have taken a lot of strikes to the head this combat. An alarming amount.
All it would take is one of us to just see it for a second. In theory.
That sounds like volunteering.
It does, doesn't it?
Do you still have size reduce? A spell slot for making me small?
Yes.
Because I do have some health. I could take a hit. Maybe. As I'll wheel around the great tank of Sogeg, I'll just stand here, sort of essentially perfectly in the middle, accepting whatever may come.
Okay. Any
And
actions or?
Well, Sogeg would have had to dash then.
Okay.
So Pogeg will slither his way down, see how far he can actually go first. Oh yeah, get around the corner. Pogeg will hiss. I understand his hiss as well. I've known Pogeg for many 2 days. That hiss means it goes deep. It goes real deep. Get back here, Pogeg.
Okay. Zolk, what would you like to do?
So I'm hearing a "don't go down the hallway yet." Is that what we're getting here? I'm not sure.
That's what Pogeg's hisses sounded like to me.
All right. With Sogeg's blood sense, do we only know the location of the thing, or is there a body in that direction as well, or is it just a guess?
Blood sense only lets you know the locations of living creatures within 300 feet. Or at least the directions of living creatures, not their exact location.
Okay, so there's no guarantee it hasn't yeeted into another corpse.
You can almost guarantee it's yeeted into another corpse.
They can yeet into corpses? What is this? It's news to me. Worried there's a corpse pile near us.
I'll just hold a cantrip and wait. There's nothing I can do, really.
Okay. Nadrin, up there on your own, what would you like to do?
Get shanked in the back by a Lampard.
It's an option. It's an option.
I'd rather not. I am going to move to... No, I'm going to stay there. Do you actually want me to make you smaller?
It depends if we stay here. If we want to hunt this down,
So indecisive.
I'm willing. It's on you, Nadrin. Make me small and we stay. Leave me large and we leave. How's that for a maze riddle?
What are we leaning towards at the moment?
My opinion is that if we try to rest, there's no guarantee it won't come and shank us while we're sleeping.
Or, have a rest itself and get all of its hit points that you've done to it back.
That too.
Yeah, but we've killed 2 of them. That's the thing.
Exactly.
There's only 1 that we know of left. And we're probably going to be a bit better prepared going back into this cave. Because I can think of a few spells I'd like to take in that I don't have prepared.
Down for the rest.
Yeah, I think we should probably go outside.
Okay. I'm surprised by this. Actually,
Restraint.
turning away from a combat encounter. I'm almost impressed.
It's a wise move.
We have grown.
Yeah, but
people.
when have you ever made wise moves as D&D players?
Not to brag, but Sogeg's... Oh no, actually my wisdom is 9. My intelligence is 12. My intelligence is alarmingly high. That's why I have dragon chess.
So
Hang on. Is Sogek the smartest guy in our party?
Might be.
Oh no!
No one ever takes intelligence, and I felt bad. I thought, you know what? I'm gonna do one for the DM, and I am gonna be the person who takes intelligence, even though it does nothing. Well,
it gives you extra proficiencies, yeah.
Yes, I've got one. Yeah, I'm so proficient.
And you lose
Dragon
proficiencies
chess.
with being natives. So
We go outside then.
Probably wise.
okay.
Yeah.
So Nadrin, is that all you're doing? Or are you sprinting for the exit?
Yeah, I'll go out.
I see.
Be a hero and going to the...
Have you moved your full move? Oh, okay. Scuds, are you doing the same?
Yeah, she'll go join everybody. Read some dream journals to everybody while we're making cookies.
I'm scared now.
Okay. They are going to... what's the best one today? Oh, probably day. They will go to... there. And let's throw out some quick...
I was
chill
holding a
touches.
blast.
You were holding a blast, so go ahead and blast.
Where's my thingy?
Please kill it. Please kill it. Zolk redemption arc.
Well, looks like
Please?
someone's painted a target
Very-
on the back.
Very disappointed in you, Zolk.
Ooh, but it definitely
Ooh.
threw off its aim as well, so...
Should
Neither of us are capable right now.
my mighty shield.
So,
Stop this Phonaks.
that's the end of its turn, so... Diaz? Are you still heading out the cave?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll ask... Sogeg and Zulk, are you also heading out?
Shoot and run, mate.
I will poke this thing. It's here.
I want to shoot it before I leave.
Okay.
I feel like Sogeg, just reveling in the fact that I actually get to hit something. I call to Mogis. Blessed Mogis. For you let me do this, and I've actually still got one spell slot, so I am going to... Probably a lot of things I
is
should have
he-
used many times.
Okay, within
I'm
range
gonna-
of your fucking super pokey stick.
It is in range of my super pokey stick as well, which is beautiful. Although I am at disadvantage because of...
Yeah, because
Being
Zulk's cuddling you.
You disappoint me, Zolk. As I've not got anything for so instead I will just keep it classic, keep it flowing. Now poke it with my Zyston. Wow, that's two very bad rolls.
Two very bad rolls, yeah. Have you not got Channel Divinity or whatever the...
I've used all of my... I have used
Did you use
literally
it
everything.
before?
Yes, I used it in the cat fight.
Okay.
Everything is used.
Anything from Pogeg?
As Sogeg sensing this situation, I just look at the creature in front of me. I point two eyes. As his blood will be spilled eventually, and I will also join the others. I'm just going to walk out of here. The tank makes the executive decision to walk away.
Okay. As you're moving away, Zolk, are you doing anything?
You can jump off the tank if you
How
want.
dead does it seem?
Pretty fucking dead.
Very well. I don't care if it's resistant. It's a ring-a-ding-ding.
Okay. Oh god, it is very resistant to this, so...
You just heal.
But
Might have been a bad
it
idea.
does
Maybe.
it does fail it, so it's a D12 necrotic damage. So roll your D12.
Oh my god.
You ring a ding ding and send it back to its shadow realm.
Oh my god, I should have. Poor Pogeg. Flabbergasted.
I thought, oh god,
Mine
I'm really
is
gonna
solid.
leave when it's at like 5 hit points.
Can we sleep in here? It feels quite safe now. Smell the scent of the air. There's no
Right.
blood in here.
To save a little bit of time, I will, as yes, there is no other threats in here, I will turn off the dynamic lighting. You can see the full map.
Oh.
And as you can see, there are a lot of blood stains where it could have teleported between.
There's something else I can smell. Smells of treasure.
Nah, there's no treasure in here.
Does it look like
Definitely.
cheese?
Is the corpse of the cat is still slightly outside, isn't it?
Yes.
Can I drag it inside?
Sure.
So I will drag the corpse of the cat, and I'll throw it here, and I just want to cut a slit into its stomach and just let Pogeg nestle deep within. As I pat Pogeg Definitely not on his red cap hat.
This is one of the most defiled corpses I've ever seen, because it's already been flayed, because you've already skinned it to make hide.
We're using every piece of it. We are really.
You've already
Nyleia
cut off one of
happy.
its arms to play chess with.
It's dinner time.
Look,
Can I be able
Nyleia
to
will
see
be
the entire
happy.
map?
Yes, I've revealed the entire map.
That's cool.
Because it was to save you to have to wander through all the maze to just find something. There was no other hostiles or anything like that, or puzzles, so just save a bit of time.
That's what this is.
Mate,
It is the collapsed tunnel.
Oh, right, okay.
And is there anything on that table?
I mean, if the map is correct, there seems to be a chest, a pot, and some
Treasure.
coins.
talking of treasure, though, I'm
We
going to
could
walk
go
up to
rest in the
Dios,
treasure room.
and I'm going to hold out to Dios a mighty javelin. As I say, almost begrudgingly, but in my noble position of privilege, I know when to respect the beliefs of others.
I'll
Well,
take
not
the
quite.
javelin and yeet it out the cave mouth.
As I'll let out a hearty, not a hearty bellow as the javelin was yours, and as Mogis deems it, look at that! You've hit a little squirrel. It's beautiful. Bloodshed for all. You'll love to see
Just can't save everyone.
it. Oh,
Okay.
I feel like Dios is finally coming round to our way of thinking.
I'll work on you.
We'll all be
I mean-
followers. I saw some light there, I will say.
I could just beach ball you. And that'll put you in timeout for a minute. Because that'll be funny.
But, you know,
So-
Sogeg's throwing a beach ball around every now and again. Might be.
This cave and labyrinth system isn't considered overly safe. You could take a long rest here, but it is very heavily steeped in the sort of miasma of the Underworld. You may not get attacked during your rest, but it may have some potentially negative consequences.
We should grab the booty, then get out of here.
It just depends.
Yeah.
Do you have anywhere else within range that you can get to have a sleep that's safe?
We can drag the cat corpse outside. Pogeg likes it. He might be.
I'm sure carrion is safe to sleep inside of.
Yeah. I can call some more of my my red cap fellows, and
Well,
they
you
can
can
make us a
only do
camp.
that once a day, so
Oh, the red caps love me though. Well, yeah, we have to finish a long rest before I can do that.
Yep.
Damn.
So I assume you are heading up to that northeastern room and
Yeah.
looting everything that's there.
Yes.
Paying no respect to the fact that they're sat upon an altar to Erebus.
Oh, I'm staying the fuck away from it then.
Unlucky Bennett.
Staying here.
Well, Erebus is both hated and feared by Heliod. They are very much... wouldn't even call them rivals. They straight up hate each other.
Oh, actually, I'm definitely going to that altar then.
Scott's wants
Oh,
the only one.
lordy, I feel so...
Pogeg's
Right.
going to be my my what do you call it? It's going to be my sponsor. This is. I
That's
don't
fair.
think Sogeg can get to it.
good
No,
old
you wouldn't be able to. Not really.
Pogeg, defile the altar for me.
So it's a large stone plinth. There seems to be some scattered coins. The corpse of somebody that was once shackled here, but met a grisly fate. And a small wooden chest sealed shut, and a jug that looks like it is filled with molten metal, like molten bronze.
Ooh,
And it is hot to the touch. It is like just going near it burns.
Is there anything that stands out to Scott's?
Definitely the jug.
Is going to go and take a closer look at the molten bronze-filled jug.
Make either a religion or an arcana check. Or
They're
you can
both
use a
bad.
divine intervention. So basically trying to roll a D100 and seeing if your god speaks to you.
Can I do a
Yeah,
divine
let
intervention?
me do that one.
So you've got to roll a D100 and you're rolling below your piety score. And if you're a cleric, you add your level to that.
I'd like to ask Heliod to defile this heathen altar to a false god.
Respectable.
Hey, D100.
Heliod is weak.
He doesn't listen to me.
You can tell that the miasma of the underworld, this sort of presence, and the fact that it's also so deep inside this cave and so far away from sunlight, it is hard for Heliod to spread his influence over here without causing some serious diplomatic issues with the other gods. A bit too direct of an ask there.
Worth a try.
Scuts, what is your piety score at the moment?
7.
Okay.
That's what I had lowest. Oh, okay.
What I will say is whatever's in this jug is very clearly something of Theros. How to interact with it, you're not entirely sure. Like I said, it is a liquid metal sat inside it. Probably no more than about a pint's worth. But it is hot to the touch. You can hold on to the pot that it's in without burning yourself, but touching the liquid will likely burn you.
Is it a clay pot or a metal pot?
Clay.
Okay, and there was a body in here?
There is a body in here, yes.
Can I try to... Is it decomposed or a skeleton, or is it still
It's pretty skeletal.
fleshy? Okay, I would like to see if I can take its femur, stuff it into the skull, and stuff that into the molten bronze inside the pot.
Okay. So you are sticking the skull inside the pot by pushing it in with the femur.
She's trying to see if she can make a weapon that's basically a molten metal covered skull using the metal to weld it to the femur.
It doesn't seem to work. It doesn't seem to stick.
Then she will toss them in the corner.
But I'll say this: Sogeg may actually be onto something.
I mean, if my gym bro tells me to chug it,
you hear the snake of Sogeg sort of hissing something that weirdly sounds like him, just saying, "Drink it." If you just trust a snake, I don't know.
Granny's definitely fed me worse. Sure, and she's just gonna chug it.
Okay. This might not be great at first, but it gets better with time. Don't worry.
What?
Scuts was a fun character.
You take 15 points of fire damage as you drink this jug of molten bronze.
Wasn't Scott's on 2?
Oh,
So it doesn't kill her outright, and thankfully you are resting at this point. So as long as you don't, bleed to death in the process, I'm sure someone can stabilize you while you're resting. But you get the following item. So hopefully that shows up for you. If not, check the magic items. There should be one called Searing Blood in there.
ooh. Sounds like Scuts is going to turn into an iron golem. Or bronze, I guess. That'd be badass.
This magical item appears to be a jug of molten bronze. To attune to it, you must first drink the entire mixture, taking 5d6 fire damage in the process. Once consumed, you gain resistance to fire damage. Nice. In addition, when you are dealt bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage, all creatures within 5 feet of you take fire damage. Unattuning from this weapon destroys it.
A flat 5 fire damage.
Oh my
Just
god.
for being because
That's
your blood is
amazing.
literally on fire.
That's cool.
That's badass. Could Pogeg steal some coins underneath his hat?
You certainly can try to
Well,
steal some coins if you wish.
In the stash in his hat, I guess, 'cause I can't actually take it off.
What
So-
else is even there?
Let's see
Coins.
how many coins are actually there. Let's be nice about it. There are 25 gold pieces there.
Pogeg will sly away 7 pieces of gold before anyone even counts. Can I also, please, Pogeg, under explicit instruction of Sogeg of what to do, I'm just going to bleed, like open his maw, and the blood sort of pooling in both his mouths. I just want to bleed onto this altar.
Okay.
I think Erebus will like this, but I just want to remind Erebus that Mogis is
Fair.
knocking about.
Fair. Anybody want to investigate anything else about this altar?
I'm curious as to what else is there beside the gold and the jug.
There's the box. The big
Alright,
old box.
Mystery box.
I'll have a gander at the box.
What's in the box?
You can get the gold pieces or what's inside the
Oh,
mystery
hey, look.
box.
The box is locked.
I mean,
Uh,
what's a lock when you have a warhammer? War axe.
Well,
I
that's
guess we
true.
can go find that keyring I threw.
Yeah, that is true. You never know. There might be a key on there. This does seem to be a lost piece of treasure.
is it pickable?
You can certainly try. Have you got thieves' tools?
Oh, no. Does anyone?
Have you got the knock spell?
Do you need a spell for that?
I mean, I could just hit it, but I don't want to break what's inside
yeah,
it.
might break what's inside it. Either way, you'll piss off Erebus.
I mean, that's a win regardless. Ben will be rolling in
I mean-
the grave.
I wouldn't trust them, but if we wait over after a long rest, I can get a red cap to our side. I'm pretty sure red caps can nick stuff. But they might nick your box. The only risk.
Yeah, so they might just stab you and run away with it. So
I'd respect it.
Well, I'd like some of this gold, but I don't know how much other people need. I mean,
I've just
7 of
stolen
it's missing, so we
7.
can't distribute it evenly anymore.
there is 18 pieces left.
Yes. Greedy little Pogeg. Greedy little Pogeg.
So
Couldn't we just have it separate from our own personal
I
money?
was going to say you could have a
Yeah,
party
should we just do
kitty
it
if you want
by-
to.
Party fun.
Might make it easier.
It would make it easier.
Who's keeping
that way.
track of it though?
We trust.
I can hold it all.
Pogeg can write it out. Do we have a just a note sheet?
What I can do is
We need to deposit in a trustworthy bank at some point.
I'll take it if you want.
I don't trust you to take care of the gold.
Why ever
I-
not?
I recommend Theros Rock. It's a very trustworthy bank.
okay. There should be a handout called
Nice.
Party Inventory that everybody should be able to edit.
Got 25 gold in it.
So any
Pogeg.
shared magic items that you're not sure who wants, put them in there. Same with whatever gold you've got. If you wanted to share the gold, of course.
I'll add my free to it.
Oh, you fool.
Are
Winnings.
you leaving the box behind? Are you going to stuff it in your pocket? Are you going to try and crack it open? Are you going to try the keys?
Say Scuts will wander off and grab the keys. She's maybe had them work for other shit before.
Roll a d20 for me.
Oh, keys to a mysterious lock.
So it takes you go through key by key by key by key. There just seems to be, every time you try a different key, it almost feels like more keys appear on the keychain. It's that case of, it just seems to be endless amounts of additional keys until, sure enough, one of them clicks and the lid pops open slightly. It is now open.
Have in the box?
Seems to be a coiled up spine. Wait, so it's a bone. It seems to be coiled very tightly with a small handle.
We found a bone whip.
It is a whip made of bone.
Hell yeah.
Specifically a spine.
We hand it to Bennett.
I feel like...
Well, he's not
this
there
has
at the
gotta-
moment, so he can't really take it off you. You can put it in his ghost hands and he'll just drop it. But
Should we put it in the party inventory for when Benny gets back? Unless anyone wants a spine whip. It's pretty metal. It's pretty cool. But
you know what? I'm just going to be nice and I'll show everybody what it does. So it's got cool artwork because I was looking up Magic the Gathering artifacts to turn into items.
I don't know.
a whip. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
So yeah, in the hands of especially anything that does additional damage dice, such as sneak attacks or smites. If you get a natural 20 to hit something that's undead, you just deal max damage. So instead of you maximise the additional dice, you maximise the additional dice and the main dice.
Flipping it.
You
That was
basically don't
nasty
roll
on a rogue.
Which,
It's like-
okay, it's only a D4 weapon initially, but then you add all the extra shit, then it just, that's where it all pops off.
It's not very long, though, is it?
I mean, it has reach. It does have the normal reach.
It's not long enough for Mogus's tastes. Only lesser gods would accept such a short weapon.
Okay, so are you taking a rest here, or are you looking for somewhere else?
As much as Bennett would love us to rest in here, I don't think we should. I don't trust him.
I'm just looking forward to tinkering with my poison kit.
I think we can make a nice little makeshift hut just outside this cave. There were some nice trees.
So you'd be able to take
We
a
could pick
short
up some-
rest in an unsafe place, but you basically need to find somewhere much more shored up and safe to take a long rest.
We'll be alright with a short rest. I don't know about everyone else. I know you will look a bit battered up.
Yeah.
That's very quick. On hit dice, how does it work with... companions don't have it, do they, at all?
They do have hit dice. It should
They do have
say
hit dice.
the number that they have on their by their health,
I'm a dingus, yes. You.
and then obviously plus for each one for each level they've gone up since.
I take it back.
Unless we're taking multiple short rests in a row, I'm not going to be able to continue.
Let's take a short
Aren't you
rest.
the warlock? Shouldn't you be the one with like, yeah, let's take short rests? Nobody ever needs normal rests.
I'm on 6.
Yeah, you can use as many hit dice as you want in a short rest.
Can you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jason, we've
Oh.
gone through this like 3 times.
Read the manual.
you only get half your hit dice back on a long rest. It'll take you longer to recover from it, but yeah, you can use all of them.
Alright, I'm good then.
I mean, we're travelling to a major polis, so we're definitely going to have lots of chance there to not cause shenanigans. And
Yeah,
plenty of
you're
chance for
definitely
long rest.
close to your location. You definitely haven't only just set out from Hunter's Crossing.
I don't know. I've got long strides. I've got quite long legs.
You definitely
I've got, like, 8
got
very
like
long
4 or
legs.
5 more encounters before you get there.
Okay, so I'm just going to use all of my hit dice.
So you're
So we
resting,
short rest in.
so you're
We're going to short
resting
rest here or outside. I think outside's safer.
Yeah, outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll move you back
I
to the map.
don't really need to take a rest.
About here.
I'm missing three hit points.
What?
Okay, so how does this work?
Nadrin yoinking all the safety over here. You're supposed to be our tank, Nadrin. Can't believe
No,
you.
I'm not.
Can't believe you.
I'm not entirely sure how sorcerers work. Do you get any of your sorcery points back on a short rest?
I haven't used any sorcery points.
Yeah, but you can use those to gain spell slots and then hopefully gain the sorcery points back.
Oh, something died within 8 feet of 6 feet of me, so I also get 7 temporary hit points.
I've only used one of my actual spells, and that was a level 2.
Okay.
Gaggers.
Okay, just going hard for the. Fair enough.
I'm gonna make a toxin while we're having our rest as well.
Okay, gonna make some toxins. What toxin are you gonna end up making?
We'll use the Surrogate Gunk.
So this is using experimenter. So
Yeah.
go ahead and roll on your experimental toxin. So it's a flesh-eating one. So yeah, while they are poisoned, they take 2d6 acid damage at the start of each turn. So note that down. So we're not having to dig
How
back through
many
the chat.
doses of that do I have? Though?
You've got basically enough for 1 dose. It's a number of doses equal to your proficiency bonus, so 2.
Okay.
And it has consumed the Soge gunk, so you no longer have that. But you've got 2 doses of flesh-eating toxin. And when you make an attack roll with a weapon coated in it, you make a DC 14 poisonous kit check using your wisdom as your ability modifier. On a successful check, the target's poisoned and suffers the effect. On a failed check, both you and the target are affected by the experimental toxin. So
This is fine.
it's a good thing you don't have a minus in your wisdom.
We won't talk about that.
Question. Can I cook the lion and make food for a short rest using my broken javelin utensils?
Yes. To put it simply, sure. Because you've got chef, so you've got basically the proficiency with cooked utensils and being able to cook things. As part of a short rest, you can cook special food, providing you have the ingredients. So you've got lion meat. So at the end of the short rest, anyone who eats the food can spend 1 or more. Basically, if you spent a hit dice, you gain an additional 1d8 hit points.
Okay.
So it's not for each hit dice, it's just if you spent hit dice at all and you eat Scott's food, which is optional if you don't want to eat the food. But she's a culinary professional.
Not to.
You get an additional d8.
I see him Pogeg is famished. I push Pogeg towards it. Eat heartily, little snake. I beat the average. Well, not the average, but beat our party average.
Yeah. Okay, so after an hour of patching yourself up,
Do something.
taking a breather. What would you like to do?
Yeah. Can I just kind of like look around, look for something?
Anything.
Sure. Make a perception check.
Please, no. It's so bad.
Okay.
Sorry.
At this point, I will say there's. Actually, that helps. No, it doesn't.
I accidentally clicked on that, my bad. I was reading.
What I will say, is you can just about vaguely hear the sound of. It almost sounds like not so much a squelching sound, but sort of like drying mud, sort of something stepping in drying mud, and it seems to be quite arrhythmic, so it's sort of offbeat. Not too far away, further down the road, or further up the road from where you've come from.
It's coming from where we have come from.
Yes, it's coming from basically the road going back to Hunter's Crossing.
Okay.
Pesky traders want one more.
I don't want to go too far away, but can I go like a little bit towards it?
You can go and have a look around, but well, yes, you can hear something. As you start searching, the sound does stop. There's not a great deal of else you can see.
Okay. I'm just gonna go back to the group then.
As you go back, you do hear it again, but again, as soon as you turn around to try and look, it stops.
Okay.
Do you use my...
Talked.
Do you get any sense with my blood sense?
Oh, there's definitely something alive in that direction.
Oh yeah, that was a very stupid question.
The forest, isn't it? Of course there's something alive in it.
There's a lot of living things around here.
God, being surrounded by blood sense is driving me mad. I'm gonna have to stop poking things.
Alright, so are you continuing down the road to wherever you end up next? Or is there other things you'd like to do to prepare with your with your short rest, I should say? Okay.
I'm happy to move on if anyone else is.
So I'll move you a little bit further along.
As we're travelling, can I have a moment with Soge?
Oh.
Okay.
Sogeg lags behind slightly. So I will hear Dios's request.
Not a request, just
Oh no.
some information you may find interesting. Do you feel like sharpening your blade against something worthy?
A flare in my eyes as I will respond that that's all I dream of.
There's something around these parts that I've heard of. Something called an Eater of Hope. Some kind of demon of some kind. It lives in the swamps bordering the Despair Lands. I think it would make a worthy foe for you to slay in your god's name.
I look to him and I ask, does it bleed?
It's only one way to find out.
You've convinced me.
Find something suitably sharp and give it a poke.
There's
And you know what they say? If it bleeds, you can kill it.
a horrible feeling that Sogeg has once long ago in his youth played a card game with an Eater of Hope. A horrible feeling there's going to be another instance of poking a dead thing a lot. I will ask to Dios with my mighty intelligence of 12. Why are you so... How do you know of this beast? Why are you so keen to kill it yourself?
Heliod demands it. All things that live in such squalor need to be shown the light, and some things are not worthy of the light and must be put down. This
I'm going to look to the
is not worthy.
skies, and I'm going to ask... I'll just ask, well, what does... Not necessarily to Dios, but I'm going to sort of shout at the sky, what does Mogis demand? I'm going to ask the sky, just ask for a sign.
Roll a D100. There's your sign.
He's told me. I feel like 66. That's an evil number.
That's an evil number.
Mogis looks to the sky. A blood-red streak. I think I've still got some blood in my eyes, but I take it as a sign that the Eater of Hope must be killed.
Well, first we have to find it. And I'm hoping that your God-given ability to sniff out these things might prove helpful.
As long as it's within, I believe, 60 feet.
I believe it's 300 feet is your blood sense.
I think that one's a lot longer. I'm thinking Divine Sense. Yeah. Blood is much longer.
Yeah, Divine Sense will probably help a bit more if you think it's a devil or demon of some kind.
In fact, it will be.
Plus, I'm pretty sure that there'll be a nice bounty on its head as well.
One
Most
last
things like
questioning glance. Sogeg being, of course, of noble birth, I know the guile of a trickster, but I also know that Dios very much knows that I just like killing things. So I'll ask, why do you only ask me and not the rest of the party?
Because I feel that between the two of us, if we are in agreement, the others will fall in line.
A darting luck. I may be intelligent, but I'm not intelligent enough to unwind the inner machinations of Dios. Sogeg, honestly, he's not even really being inquisitive for the sake of inquisitiveness. As soon as you said there was something to die, Sogeg was 100% on board. 100%.
And Dios definitely knew that was the way to go.
Yeah. You're a wise man, Dios. Wise.
Something powerful that needs to end. You like to end things. Everybody wins.
And I think everyone else will want to kill it, honestly.
I was going to say, what... I'm assuming this conversation is just it's being had in the open while you're all wandering down the road.
It's not hidden, but it's sort of just a low chat at the back of the group.
If Dios was trying to be hush about it, I'd mention that Sogeg's voice doesn't quite.
It doesn't do inside voice.
Yeah, it's fair. So. Then they definitely hear Sogeg's side of the conversation.
I don't know if that helps them. But
So, would anybody want to chime in on this conversation, or just continue following along the route you're going?
You're very weak.
That does sound like following along. So.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep listening out.
Look at the whacker thing.
And keep going, but still keep listening out behind me.
So, you head along the path as it winds, skirting the border of the Despairlands, sometimes dipping further towards it, sometimes going behind the tree line of Nessian Woods, all heading towards Certessa. You know that at some point there probably would be a crossroads to head into, or at least heading towards Asphodel if you were heading that way, but at least at this point it is winding a bit further towards the forest at this point. So, what would you like to do?
So confused as to what I'm looking at here.
Yeah,
it's like one of those brain tricking images.
Yeah,
I can't tell if I'm supposed to recognise it.
It's more that I built this map when you were going in the opposite direction, so it's just you need to get to the other side of the map. Simple as that. If I put you on one side of the road, if you want to get to the other, if you want to leave the map, you get to the other side of the road.
I'm more on about these strange beings.
The strange beings that you can say. Well, sure enough, there are two strange beings sat outside of a cave mouth that seem to be playing instruments. One seems to be blowing into a panpipe, the other plucking at a lyre, but they are making no sound whatsoever.
So they're not merry folk.
They look quite somber, to be perfectly honest.
Is there any sense of blood on the air?
No. You, even with your blood sense, there is nothing living that you can say, other than the
I
trees.
will relate to the party.
Good to know.
There is no blood here.
I shall lead from the front, as Dios is wont to do.
She'll hide behind Dios.
Him before Dios gets absolutely destroyed here.
Bennett!
Shush.
Blunk. And then disappeared. Suspicious man!
Okay. Can I see what they are from this distance?
They are humanoid. They both seem to be humans of some capacity. Very grey skin, a golden mask carved over, or worn over the face in an ornate expression. Both of showing quite mirthful faces, and they do seem to be quite engrossed in playing their instruments, but as I said, there is no sound coming from them whatsoever.
Are they fiends?
They are not.
That's good to know.
Are you using your divine sense?
I'm going to use one of my divine senses, yes.
They are undead.
Cool. Good.
Well, that's handy.
Well,
We pulled the whip out of someone's bag.
I'm pretty much just going to get in there and cause some misery, I think.
Oh, I agree with this.
Because undead are bad, and I would like to end them.
Okay.
Dios, you think that you have infected me with your Heliod ways. I think the latter. I think Mogis guides your hand here.
Not much blood in the undead, friend.
Blood is what you make of it. Anything's blood, really, if you think about it. Just
Eos looks confused by that statement entirely.
It's when
It
you learn
sounded
that,
wise, but when you think about it,
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
it's when you
the
realise that
rhythm of
Sogeg's
one,
actually
yeah.
partially colourblind. Sogeg can only see red.
There we go. That's the handout for him.
Is that really cool? That makes so much more sense.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, these look really evil.
I'm literally just going to call over to Sogeg and Scuts. These things need to die. Want to do some killing?
Give a thumbs up.
Let's do some killing. I shall walk up in full view.
Okay.
Over
Did it do anything on my approach?
Scuts is gonna follow like a bodyguard.
They are focusing on playing their instruments again, completely silently. And as you approach, I need to move to him now.
That might be a bit too close, I think.
You can just
Oh, you've
about
done it now,
see
yes.
coming out from inside of the cave two more of these masked individuals, one with its shoulder underneath the arm of another, sort of helping them stagger out towards the music, or at least towards the musicians.
Oh, okay, so one of them is badly injured. Poor thing. Cool.
Does-
Can I walk right up to these things?
If you want to.
Cool. I'm going to walk right up to them. And one sec. I need to get slightly closer. Cool.
So as
Well,
you
anything
step
on fire.
towards them, the musicians do stop, and they make a gesture near their mouths and sort of point forward. You could try and work out what they're trying to communicate.
Nope, I'm going to show them the light.
Okay.
They're just nice little.
I'm going to hold up my holy symbol and entreat the Dawn Lord to bless us this day and destroy those who do not work within the bounds of life. And I will cast, using my channel divinity, Radiance of the Dawn. So these four things.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw.
Rest him.
They're not hostile.
I want them to be hostile. Can I just kick one in the ass and make them hostile?
Yeah, angry.
And especially with this being a child divinity and it going directly against your divine agenda, I'm going to say no.
Is it against my environment?
I believe the wording is that they have risked everything to return to my light, show them mercy in my warm embrace.
I missed that second part of the sentence. Cool.
So get somebody kind.
These are the things that Erebus hates more than anything because they've escaped from hell. They've escaped from the Underworld. So to Heliod, he may not overly be fond of them, but out of all undead, Returned are kind of okay because they have some kind of consciousness. Cool. Zombies and skeletons, yeah, smush them super quick. But Returned are a bit more in the middle.
I mentioned to Dios that my spear at the moment is 10 foot erected towards the nearest one. Sogeg will be kind, but you've started him on a blood path.
I did. I will step in between because I realised.
So you hold your holy symbol up only to feel that level of remorse, that pity that Heliod has towards these creatures really heavily, overwhelmingly. And that's enough to be able to dissuade you from continuing.
I'll still push some magic through my holy symbol, but I use it to cast daylight.
Okay.
Instead, so it's a non-damaging spell, and it's more like a flare, like welcome back to the world of the living.
To which the Returned helping the other leave is using that as essentially a lighthouse symbol, as a way to sort of help these escape, to help these find their way out. Before bringing this one to the musicians, or at least to the musicians, before heading back in.
I follow him in.
Sure enough, they're not stopping you.
Yeah. Before I leave, I say, can I just say to Scott, try to keep Sogeg from killing these things. These are not evil creatures. I was wrong. We need to help.
She gives him a big thumbs up and smiles, and she's just gonna go over and sit next to Sogeg and ask him if he wants to show her how to play dragon chess.
My eyes still stinging the foul, like just the glorious daylight at the hearing of someone say dragon chess. I light up. I say, a purveyor, Scuts. I didn't know I had another such eloquent fellow amongst this party. I would be happy to teach you.
Why do I get the feeling that Scott might be more Chewbacca than anything else? That if he starts losing, you might end up with a rook up your nose.
I would just be worried about what your chess pieces are made out of.
Well, this is the thing. Well, Sogeg sounds like a friendly party inviting you, but unfortunately he has that air of the rich child. I will hold no punches, as I will demolish with my might of dragon chess.
I mean, if you want to have an actual game of dragon chess, it would be essentially intelligence checks. If you've got proficiency with dragon chess, you add your proficiency bonus.
Proficiency. I wasted my extra proficiency on dragon chess.
So, Scuts, if you've got proficiency with dragon chess, you'd add your proficiency. Otherwise, it's an intelligence check.
Oh no, I don't think I have proficiency with dragon chess.
So it'll be this plus 2. I quiz. No, Scuts. You moved the piece that looks like the umbilical cord. Or the fractured spine, rather.
The fractured spine.
You move it this way.
Like
this way.
Yeah.
Remember, the pawns go up, the spine goes sideways, just like when you despine a cat. I'm sure you remember that.
Why don't they all have the same moves?
I sort of... A concerned look on my brow forms. I say, yes. This game would be better if they had the same moves.
You see that same return that hobbled its way out, sort of plonk down next to you, playing this game and staring at it intently. Making no sound, but very much staring at it intently. As the musician.
I'm going to ask... I was going to ask one of the other two, but I felt the only person here who has any like sense is Nadrin. So I'll just yell out to noticing this creature very clearly has no blood in it, and is not fully evil. I'll just give a glance over to Nadrin and say, "What are these creatures?"
Do I know what these things are?
History or religion check?
A feeling that a sea person would know about this.
Like
a sea person kind of thing.
Religion was that?
History or religion, yeah.
Okay, I'll go for religion.
Okay. You've heard stories of these things very much growing up in the underwater city that you came from. Mainly as a warning why you should never, ever go to the surface, because these things are one of the many, many things that makes the land walkers so weird and unusual. That when someone leaves the underworld or escapes from the underworld, if they aren't a hero, there's essentially one path that they can take, called the path of Phonaks, where they essentially try and go through this great ordeal where it separates their mind and their memories from their physical body. Their memories return or come back to Theros as an eidolon, and their bodies come back as returned. They have vague memories of what they used to be in life, and tend to fall into steady routines, but it's this kind of hollow existence, kind of just reenactments of their old lives. If they died peacefully, they tend to act relatively peacefully. If they are warriors who died and came back and returned, they tend to feel like they are still on the battlefield. So they very much tend to act in the way that they lived most of their life. And they cannot make sound as well. They make no sound.
Okay.
You tell me that these beasts had to overcome a great ordeal to show their might to leave.
Indeed.
I have a newfound respect.
I wouldn't say so much might as cunning.
Strength of will.
Yes.
Strength of will is might all the same. As I will look to this creature and I will say, Mogis shines on you, fellow one. You have shown your character, and I'm going to pass him one of me javelins. I've got him to spare. Have a javelin, lad.
He just kind of looks at it, unsure of what it is, before picking up a stick and pointing at you in the same way. Almost like feels like it's a gesture of greeting as opposed to you trying to trade it.
I will grab onto the end of his stick in the hopes he'll grab onto the end of my stick.
Sure enough.
I'm to have his javelin.
Yeah. He grabs both sticks.
And then I let go of the javelin.
He will let go of the stick.
I give him a bow.
Again, he is mirroring your every move. Okay, we'll move over to Dios for a moment before returning to what's going on over there. So, Dios, as you press further into this sort of abandoned tomb, the returned is pushing forward
I'll follow.
and sort of helping guide what seemed to be very... they're almost acting like newborns in that sense of they're not entirely sure how their bodies work. They're not entirely sure of what's going on. And again, it's all acting out as if it's a silent film. It's even their footsteps aren't making noise.
Okay. I'll just follow the lead for the moment and just see if I can get a better grasp as to what's really going on in here.
There is one stood upon a plinth, armed with quite a mean-looking sword, just sort of keeping watch.
I'll turn and bow towards him.
He makes no gesture in return, but you can very much tell he's looking at you.
Okay, but he's not aggressive.
No, he's just sort of stood there, keeping watch.
Okay.
And before the next one pulls out another, and again, shoulder under his arm, helps coax them back to the edge of the cave.
Can I grab another one and do the same?
Make be either persuasion or performance, just to try and show that you mean no harm.
Same thing, but we'll go for guidance because, yeah.
Cheeky not to.
Nope, not so good.
It almost doesn't seem to see you.
Okay, can I cast daylight again on the end of my my pike as it's sort of sheathed across my back, and hopefully they'll be able to see the light rather than me.
You can certainly try.
I've got another use of daylight.
So, sure enough, you light up the end of your spear with the glowing radiance of the sun, and they do very much turn and sort of limp after it, as if trying to reclaim something.
So can I just gently lead them out the cave, and then I will plant my spear in the ground for them to just flock to.
Yep, and that's exactly what would happen. Oh, I picked up too many things there. As you need to on the map player.
I move my token outside.
Yes, because they would also all be heading outside.
I'll just plonk my spear in the ground and.
As they follow you in a very eerie fashion, they do sort of shuffle forward like you would expect a zombie to do. But you can tell it's more that they are still recovering from whatever happened to them on this path of Phonaks.
Yeah, so they're freshly returned and they don't know, they haven't quite got their bearings yet.
And this musician next to you comes towards you and makes a similar gesture as to when you first came to them, and then presses something into your hand. It's a sort of puck about 5 inches across.
Okay. What's it made of?
It seems to be made of some kind of metal, although you can't really place what type. Definitely not something made in Theros.
Okay. I will bow gently, because obviously these guys are non-verbal, so I imagine a lot of their communication will be through gesture and body language and things like that, so I'll try to convey thanks through that. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I'll sit with them for a bit as well.
Make a religion or history check, please.
We shall go for the religion. Still not good.
You'd recognise the holy symbol on the token that was given to you. It's a token of Phonaks. It should be... Actually, is it shown to everybody? It should be in the magic items. You might recognise the artwork from a different setting. But
I recognise that. I have one.
You've got another one. Only it's slightly
physically
different.
have one. Death whistle when?
Scott's already pulled one out of her bag, so...
What?
One of the death whistles. But yes, it is a token of Phonaks. They essentially bind memories within them and are the currency the returned tend to use. You can either barter for them, because although gold doesn't really have a lot of value to returned, so usually there are rewards for doing something, or you can create them. So you can willingly give up piety or story points to try and create tokens of Phonaks. And these are used to be able to buy magic items and stuff like that.
Can I just hold this token in my hand and see if I can get a feel for the memory that's held in it.
Okay, roll a d20 for me. Okay, you
Lots of low rolls today.
close your eyes and try and focus on this this token of Phonaks, and it seems to be a very sour memory of it. Almost seems like you get this emotional pang of this bittersweet kind of loss, but not something that you feel like was stolen from you, but something that you were just sad to lose, even though it was natural to lose it. You can't really place what the memory is of, you just get the emotions behind it.
Okay. Kind of tempted to return it because he may be trying to communicate with me. I'll
You can make an insight check to see if you can interpret their way of communicating.
Yeah, I'll do that. There you go.
Jesus.
It was given as a reward. It wasn't a method of communicating.
Okay.
So the reason why these things are so valuable to returned, especially ones that have been on Theros for long enough to sort of settle, is that they contain fleeting memories that they can sort of relive, or at least try and remember some part of their old life. So that's where their value comes from. They have little to no worth, if not almost negative worth, in mortal settlements. So if you try to sell it in Setessa, you'll probably be seen as a pariah, and that sort of, you're selling cursed items to people. Whereas to the returned, they have no real use for gold or mundane items, whereas memories and things that will help them remember what it's like to be alive have a lot more value.
Okay. I shall pocket the thing.
Could it perhaps power a theoretical boat that was in the Underworld? If we threw it into an engine.
Maybe. It depends. You'll have to go to the Underworld to find out. Not that I'm going to lift too much from that particular campaign. I'm sure you won't find a travelling tiger person that sells a lot of things. Don't worry about that.
We find Madani. Honestly, that guy needs to die.
I've already imported him into the campaign. He's absolutely showing up.
Oh, God's sake.
I love him so much.
I hate that guy.
Furious.
Daddy
Yeah, but
Asmodeus.
you'll love to hate him.
Asmodeus was his patron.
Yes, he was.
Big Daddy Asmo.
Yeah, that was his reason why he could get away with being such a dickhead.
Yeah, because nobody would want to deal with Asmo.
Does this area look fairly safe? I mean, they're all happily chilling here. There's no people encroaching.
It depends on your definition of safe and how much these returns seem to trust you.
Gave him a stick. He gave me a stick.
I'll put it this way. It's both a good and bad thing that Bennett isn't here. If you had a champion blessed by Erebus, they absolutely would not trust you. But you'd also have Erebus is helping, murdering everything.
That Bennett's going to be pissed off with the last two encounters we've just had. Just like completely. Oh, it's the wrong week to be a ghost person.
You are travelling either through or at least adjacent to the Despair Lands. This will not be the last time you see Return. This was just to introduce the concept of him. Because it's just basically another type of undead. So yeah, normal zombies exist, skeletons and ghouls and that lot, but they're also returned.
Do the two ones with the great... Are the ones at the front the more stocky ones? Or are these the ones...
They're the musicians.
They're the musicians. Sorry. Cool. I wish I could hear their song.
They almost don't seem to be able to. So they're plucking away at the lyre, blowing into these panpipes. Although they don't really have or they can't really breathe, so they can't really blow. But yeah, there's no sound coming from it. They seem to react like they can hear it. The other returns seem to act like they can hear it, but you can't hear it.
If only I had my pompous up. I could share a language with them. Maybe I'd be able to hear.
Can Scuzz
Maybe.
pull out her drum and try to match some of the rhythm they have going?
You can certainly try. Make a performance check.
Oh god.
Fantastic. You match that rhythm almost perfectly in a way to try and disrupt it.
Quickly realizing she's doing an awkward thing, she's going to blush heavily and just stuff it away with her. I need to practice more, sorry.
Some of the newly returned do seem to take an interest, but they were more interested in the actions as opposed to being able to actually hear any of it.
What if she starts making like she's hitting on the drum, but in the air? She's air guitar drumming.
Okay. They seem to try and follow the same actions. Again, there's no drum that they have to hit, but they are essentially following that same as if they're hitting something, they're air drumming.
She's just gonna get really excited about this interaction and start like dancing a little bit while she's doing it. Like, she's doing her own thing right now.
While this is going on, can we, with the Zolk thing, essentially what I want to do here is I want to take one of the 2 doses of flesh-eating toxin, and can I put it into, like having a vial of it so that, say if it were thrown, it would spray out on whatever it's thrown at, type thing.
Okay. I will allow you to essentially, instead of coating a weapon with it, you can throw it as an improvised weapon.
Oh, I'm making a vial of this to give to Scots.
Pretty sure that's a war crime.
I want to add it to the table of stuff that can be thrown.
I want you to know that due to the nature of experimental, it's still you making the poisonous kit check, and still, if you fail, you would be the one affected by the other side of it.
This is fine.
Just to make sure you know this. You can't pass off the punishment onto somebody else.
That isn't the intention. I just want it to be thrown at something at some point.
Scuds is significantly better at throwing things because not only has she got proficiency with improvised weapons, the bottle itself hitting somebody will do D10 damage.
The potion can fail.
Enjoy your dose of flesh-eating toxin.
Now the question is, does it go in her shirt?
I mean, and be
Get thrown at random, or does
randomized,
she
yeah.
keep it on her person?
Well, that reminds me.
you.
Did you pick up the stuff that you threw before?
If we had the time, yeah, she
Okay,
probably
yeah.
would have gone back.
Just to know whether or not you need to update the bag of extra stuff.
Yeah. If it were a situation where we were on the run, she probably would have left it. But you know, after failing those throws last time, she kept them. They're good. They're good luck.
So, is there anything else you'd like to do with the returned?
Not with the returned, but I'm gonna like go sit over by this hedge here and just listen out, see if I can hear my buddy.
You hear that same. It sounds a lot more slower. Almost this again, a rhythmic, dried mud slapping sound.
Wish I still had the javelin.
Can I feeling the sense of blood perhaps nearby and having somehow only just twigged on what is happening there? Can I please assist in seeing this thing as Sogeg's soul lifts up slightly?
Okay. You'd know the exact direction of it, but not the location.
I'll whisper to Nadrin. Your friend is that way. What direction it be?
It would be essentially from you. I need to make sure I'm on the right layer. That way.
I didn't see
Oh,
anything.
that's because it was still on high for everybody else. It is that way.
Now I'll point a spear in that direction.
If I move, he's gonna stop, isn't he? Oh.
Oh, start where you're stalking, how do you?
I'm gonna slowly move around to the other side of the hedge over here. And I imagine I hear him stopping again.
Are you being sneaky about it?
I would like to try to be.
Then make a stealth check.
The dice will decide.
This is not gonna go well.
Yeah, the sound does stop.
Okay.
Nadrin, what does the creature eat? It being a creature of the rivers.
You can make a perception check to see if you can spot it, just because it stopped.
A 17 in perception. That's not bad.
Okay, I will instead just make it do that then.
Oh my god.
As you spot, because you can essentially see the branches and leaves stuck to it. This thing looks unusually dry. Considering it spends so much time in the water and was covered in slime, this thing seems to be very sticky at the moment. Very much covered in mud, twigs, leaves, which is probably why you struggled to spot it before, is that it's sort of accidentally become camouflaged.
My poor boy.
Yeah, it does not look well.
You suffered stalking your ass.
Like a beached whale, we've got to walk around it and piss on it to wetten it.
I'm gonna try and move up towards it.
It spots you, tries to start sort of hiding, but slips and just sort of falls. Very much still has the big red bump on its forehead, but it's also kind of panting quite heavily.
Needs water.
I'm gonna go up to it. And I am gonna use my Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that.
You can make a medicine check to try and work out what's happening with it, if you wish. Otherwise, if you've got some other idea, you shape water. You need water existing in the first place to do so.
Yeah, I was trying to read it, but I accidentally did the thing instead. I will do a medicine check on him though.
I'll give you advantage on the medicine check. I'll let you re-roll it. Because it is a creature of the sea. Okay, fantastic.
I am bad at this.
It is very much tired. You're on the right track if it needs to go back into water for a bit. How damaged it's become because of this, you're not entirely sure. But it is not looking well. And it has seemed to have come a long way from that river. But it is very much the same eelhound that you met before.
Okay.
Complete with bonk on his noodle.
Complete with bonk on the noodle. That is still quite red and swollen even after the few days it's been.
I think I've got a thing of water. I should have a thing of water, right?
Well, you should have a,
you should have a water skin.
Yeah.
Whether
yeah,
it's full of water is a different
got
matter.
Whether you've
water
got
skin.
spells to create water or anything like that.
Divine intervention. There was ever a time for
Divine
divine
intervention,
intervention.
yeah. You've got Thassa might be able to
Lucky.
help you.
Yeah,
Water.
I am going to ask Thassa to try and help this boy.
Do you want a big brain play if you want to? You can use Thassa's fog cloud that you get from Thassa's devotee and then shape the water because fog is made of mist.
I have fog cloud anyway.
Yeah, but you get a free fog cloud because of Thassa, so you don't even have to use a spell slot.
because I'm a Triton as well. I think.
I think Triton you get.
The fox.
Do you not get a wall of water?
I don't think so yet.
Or at least
You're
something
holding
similar
out
to
water on this creature.
that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've got ways to make water.
At 5th level, I get wall of water.
That's all. I knew you get it eventually.
I get fog cloud, and then at 3rd level, I get gust of wind.
Yeah, but I know Dios has water, but it's not Nadrin's water, so.
It's just river water.
Needs to be special water.
It's just river water.
It's like
Yeah, I'll use my Thassa's version because that specifically smells strongly of the sea, and I think he might like that.
Okay. He did come from a river, which is fresh water, but sure.
He might like it. I don't know.
God. Oh, it might kill us. One or the other.
And I'll use my shape water to kind of like coat the water on him, and hopefully that'll help him feel a bit better and also clean him off.
You do manage to wash off some of the debris caught to him, but you get the feeling he needs a long soak completely in water to feel significantly better, but at the very least he's managed to catch his breath a little bit. Make an animal handling check for me.
I'm just wondering, how big is it? Like, what size is it?
Size medium, so the size of quite a large dog.
Oh god, he's the same size as me.
Yes.
Animal handling. Come on. Oh, that's
Okay.
shit.
He does seem to relax a little bit with the water that you've managed to give to him, but like I said, he's very dehydrated. While yes, you can get a decent sort of splash of water, you can splash some water, wash some of the dirt off him, but while yes, he can spend a long time on land, he is an eel still at the end of the day. He may have legs and a big old smile, but he's still an eel.
I'm gonna crouch down to him and say, hey, buddy, you need some help there?
You hear him panting, trying to make words in Sylvan, but he's struggling to actually form a sentence.
Okay. I am going to just go, stay here. Don't move.
You get the feeling he doesn't have much choice in the matter.
And I'm going to go back. Hey guys, can someone help me?
Guts will look up.
You know that eelhound that you bonked?
Oh, yeah.
He's been following us this whole time. He's not
Kinda
doing so
creepy.
hot.
Oh,
He needs
man.
water and, like, to rest. Poor thing.
Can I offer you some poison in these trying times?
That's not gonna help.
It might. Do we know?
That's right.
Oh, maybe we could wrap it in a cloth and douse it with our water skeins.
Hear me out. Blood has lots of water in it as well. We found multiple boars and killed them over the top of it. We could saturate it in blood, and that would keep it wet.
Yes, can you help?
Good answer.
What? I'm busy helping these poor things.
The eelhound that Scuts bonked on the head has been following us this whole time and he is not doing well.
That thing again?
Yes, him.
Why has he been following you? Or us?
Maybe he likes us, I don't know.
Have you been feeding strays again?
I haven't fed him at all.
That's the problem.
Theos gets up, picks up his spear. Actually, no, he'll leave his spear in the ground for these guys to dance around.
Yeah,
Whatever
let the
hell he wanna
moths have their flame kind of thing.
do. Yeah,
I nicked Dios's spear.
if you want.
You certainly try. It is, divinely bound to him, so...
Yeah, he wouldn't notice it.
Oh no, it's not. It's his armor that's divinely bound to him, so yeah, you could
Yeah.
probably steal it.
Definitely steal the spear. I mean, it'll be hard to hide it because it's currently blazing
Yes.
sunlight. So I definitely know you'd nicked it.
And there's always a dark place you can shove it.
Yes, inside the rat.
Hey, Nadrin, can you tell him I'm sorry, and when he feels better, he can bonk me back.
What?
Can Scuts pick him up and tuck him like over her, not in the shirt.
I immediately put my hand up.
okay, you're putting him in the shirt, right? Okay.
I put my hand up to
He's
Scott.
not going in the pocket. I want to lay him
Scuts?
over it and carry
No.
him like a baby Bjorn till we can find some water for him, so he doesn't have to use his strength. She feels bad she hit him and he came all this way, so she wants to help.
I put my hand up to Scott. I say, hold on a second. I rummage around in my pack and pull out my water skin full of nice, crisp, clean river water that I definitely had plans for, and now I need to find more bloody water.
We're in the right place for clean river water, right? In the Deathlands.
Yes, quite. So I will start just gently, covering all of his scales with a bit of water, and as I'm doing so, I will just say a little prayer to Heliod as I'm doing it, and I'll stick a healing word into him as well.
Ooh, for good measure.
Okay, make a medicine check for me.
I have +5 to that.
Guidance has been doing some serious
Yeah,
work.
it certainly has.
Doing some-
While yes, he is down on hit points, he's suffering from 3 levels of exhaustion.
Oh, okay. Not what I can do about that.
Oh,
hands.
boy.
If we long rest, I can help him.
Yeah, not a
Without
lot
a
I
long
can
rest,
do
I
about
can't.
that. What we can do is keep him alive for 8 hours while we have a nap, and then I can definitely do something about him.
What I will say at this point, I think because you've probably worked it out, These things need to spend an hour a day completely submerged in water or gain a level of exhaustion. So it's basically been out of water for at least 2 to 3 days, following you along, or at least going through and trying to keep track.
Nadrin's going to have to carry
We need
an aquarium.
We need a bag of holding just full of water.
That's true. Or, well, next level, you just drown him in a wall of water, so...
Just constantly cast.
You cast wall of water and throw the bloody fish in there you go.
We could just, it'll cost me a first level spell slot every day. But we could just dig a hole and I can fill it with water.
That's true.
That's something I'm willing to
great.
make you
Yeah.
do.
It's not something I'm willing to do.
I mean, I'm sure our sorceress of the sea can.
It's your pet. It's your responsibility.
Oh, this is like your parents when it's the training wheels are off.
I'm not taking it for walks or cleaning up after it.
Death is on your hands now.
I can borrow.
Do not trust Salt's holes.
Okay.
Sogeg's all for the blood of any instant creature, but I don't trust no Zolk burrow.
What's wrong with my holes?
I mean,
What's right with them?
I will use my water skin to sort of lube him up a bit and give him a jolt of hit points, and then just say to Nadrin, "That's all you're going to get out of me. He's your problem now," and wander off. Grumbling that I've now got to find more water for my water skin.
Dios, you can have some of my water if you want. I don't know where it's been.
Has it got blood in it? Is
Really
it blood
asking me
wine?
that?
Are you a Klingon?
Oh, I'm not taking my helmet off for a long time. I might be. I'm not sure.
Your glorious butt chin will stay within the helmet before it outshines the rest of us.
You must contain the chin.
Must contain the butt chin.
So, is there anything else you'd like to do with the eelhound? And are you... and then we'll wrap the session up there as it is getting light.
I'm gonna get my water skin and put a bit of water on him from that. And just talk to him for a little bit. Just like, well, Skuts, she's really sorry about hitting you on the head. She said that when you're better, you could bog her on the head.
It's, again, a bit too tired to fully form words. It almost seems delirious at this point. It does feel refreshed from the water being poured on it, but to recover it does need to spend a good few hours completely submerged in water.
On the plus side, we've got at least three... Well, not at least. We've got 3 days to get it to water before it dies.
Can Scuds pick it up and baby?
I'm just gonna quickly say to it, Skuts is gonna pick you up so you don't have to walk, and we're gonna take you back to everyone else, and you'll be okay.
Again, it doesn't seem to protest, although it does try and inch a little bit away from Skuts and towards Nadrin, but it doesn't really have the strength to do much more than that.
In a happy coincidence, I'll just start digging a hole.
Okay, so we'll put a pause there. We'll sort out at the beginning of next week whether or not you're taking any other rests here. So let's do some end of session wrap-ups. So let's do piety. So you all get 1 point of piety for showing up. Well done.
Hey.
2 points.
So looks like somebody doesn't get that for not showing up.
The burn.
Did you progress towards your divine agenda? Nadrin, yes, you did.
Hey.
You managed to try and actually start looking after the eelhound. Scuds, definitely, because you drank the searing blood, which makes me happy.
Thanks to my
Zolf,
gym buddy.
yes, you created a unique toxin. So yeah, you get that one. Sogeg, yes, you made sure to defile a bit of Erebus's altar with some blood.
Yeah.
And Dios, I'm going to say no, mainly because of the initial misinterpretation, but I'm also not going to dock you points for it because of the once you realised it, you did help them. If that makes sense.
Seems harsh, but okay.
Yeah,
Heliod is harsh with his
but
ways.
you were also like significantly more than double everybody else's piety. I don't think you're desperate for more.
Plus, I can't go higher than 30 at the moment either.
And if you had actually gone through with killing them all, you would have lost points for that.
But they're very much still alive and dancing around my
Indeed.
spear.
Yeah, you did nice things, but had to have Heliod tell you, please do nice things directly. So, you expand your god's influence in the world in a concrete way. I will give points to... I'm going to give points to Dios and to Scots for that one. Because... And to Sogeg, because of the deals with defiling the Erebus's area, which essentially
The main
points
one
for
with that
the
is
next one.
Bennett's lucky he wasn't here.
Yes.
Bennett would have gotten pain on that one.
Diminishing the influence of a rival god, which was the points that, so that's the same. And there were no successful divine interventions, so no points there. Story! You all get a point of story for showing up. Well done.
Yeah.
Did you overcome a great challenge using violent or non-violent means? You murdered the Lampards and stole their stuff. So yes. Did you make a significant discovery or unearth some lost history? Yes, you learned about the Returned and their kind of neutral ways of dealing with the world. Some of them aren't great, some of them are much more harmless. But yeah, you managed to learn to empathise with the undead. Perform a great act of sacrifice or heroism. I'm going to give a point to Nadrin for that one. For constantly looking out for this eelhound until eventually it showed up. And there was no successful Wills of the People check. So, Sogeg for loyalty for Pogeg. To attend the session, so it gets a point of loyalty.
Yes.
You fight together as one. You fought together. So another point for that. Did you sacrifice something for the good of your companion? No. Did your companion perform an incredible action? Yes, they killed one of the Lampards. Did they remain in good health? No.
No, very definitely not.
Very much not.
Very no.
Okay. So,
That-
with that, I hope you enjoyed today's session. With some interest, I didn't expect the combat with the Lampards to take as long and get so close to just giving up on it right as you're about to win. But yeah, had fun.
Yeah, great session, Alex. Thanks.
Another great session.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
29 piety.
Beast.
Yeah, but it's unfair not to give you that extra one. Yeah.
Extra 2 that I would.
Never lucky.
I remember Mina mentioning that you get something when you get to 10 piety.
Yes. So if you go to the Gods of Theros section and pick the god that you actually worship, you get new stuff for third 3 piety, 10 piety, 25, and 50.
Okay.
To be fair, your number 10 one is kind of worthless too. Because you have advantage on saving throws against being poisoned and immune to disease.
Oh, right. Yes.
So, alright, with that, unless there's anything else you want me to clear up or wrap up, we'll put an end to the stream there.
Cool.
Alright.
Great session.
So, thank you everybody for watching along at home. You can watch some of the other ones. I've been trying to upload the VODs up to YouTube as well. So you can always watch and catch up there. And if not, I will see everybody for next week.
Certainly will.
Bye bye.
Awesome. Everybody,
Bye.
take care. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you next week for session 6.
It'll be session 6.
And yeah, and then tomorrow I think I'm gonna be trying to finish Subnautica Below Zero on stream, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, and with that, I think that's a good time to end things. All right. Yeah, everybody take care. We'll see you next time. Bye.
See you all later.